3, 2, 1. This pot is making you aggressive.
Oh,
that was a line from Quentin Tarantino directed towards Paul Dano. I'm Adam from Your Movie Sex. This is Sardonicast.
Nice. I'm Alex from IHG. I'm just going to go with Fidelio.
Nice.
Adam stole my quote, so I'm just like aggressively typing in. The pot made me aggressive, and now I'm just trying to find...
The pot made the kettle black.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a funny line.
Listen, Adam. No, Adam and Alex. Nobody killed anybody. Someone died. It happens all the time. Life goes on. It always does until it doesn't. But you know that, don't you?
That was a quote from Trump about Epstein.
Oh my God.
Very mysterious.
Yeah, just diving right into it.
Very mysterious thing that happened under his administration.
You have a question
in a federal prison. Well, I kind of leaned into it, yeah. So what do you guys think about the Quentin Tarantino Paul Dano feud? Because I think it's funny because I agree.
This is so old.
Well, fuck. I mean, it's from the past week or two.
I believe didn't we talk about it last episode?
And by the time people are listening to this, it'll be ancient. Did we?
I think I made a reference to it.
Yeah, did it come up in the questions?
Oh.
I think maybe you did reference it. We are like bulk recording a bunch right now, so it's confusing.
Because of the holidays. So if you guys are wondering why we're not talking about Avatar right now, it's because it's not out yet. We're in the past. We're in the past, and we're here to warn you. I mean, wait, it's the opposite.
Well, that crazy thing that happened on the first day of 2026. Yeah, that's why we're not referencing it.
Yeah. The new...
what are you planning to do?
Jan 6 Part 2. We're here from the past to warn you. Did we talk about it?
No, not really. I think I said something about Paul Dano because we talked about Tarantino a little bit. But
okay.
Yeah. Paul Dano. Everyone loves Paul Dano. Nobody has any controversial thoughts about him. And, honestly, though, at this point, if I were an agent in Hollywood, I'd be calling up Tarantino and be like,
yeah,
hey,
exactly.
Can you talk some shit about Jennifer Lawrence or whoever.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Because it's like, now everyone's like, Paul Dano needs an Oscar.
Oh, yeah.
Because Quentin
so
Tarantino
funny.
was mean to him.
The signal boosted his name a lot. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It was just funny, why... Because he included him in the sentence targeting out of all SAG-AFTRA actors, right? Like, that's how he phrased it.
Yeah,
Which must be
insane.
like so many people, and he's like, goes for Paul? Okay. Well, I feel like there's something we don't know.
Oh, yeah. Specifically about his performance in There Will Be Blood. Like, that's what he was talking
otherwise
about.
it would be his favorite film, ever.
Right.
Yeah. And I think it was still on his top 10 or whatever.
Can we address how insane that list was in the first place? His top 25?
Oh, yeah. True, actually. Let's bring that up. That's actually not a bad thing.
I didn't look at it in detail.
Well, his number one was like Toy Story 3, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so here we go.
No, I did see that.
Black Hawk Down is number 1.
That's right.
And then Toy Story 3, Lost in Translation, Dunkirk, and then There Will Be Blood is number 5. Zodiac. Unstoppable 2010. Was that the train movie?
Well, the one with Denzel Washington and Chris Pine.
Oh my God. Yeah. Denzel Washington and Chris Pine, directed by Tony Scott.
That's the Tony Scott movie. That's a good movie.
Number 7?
I wouldn't say it's the best.
Of the 21st century, he says.
I wouldn't say that. But it's a good movie.
So he's got both Scotts on there.
I find it kind of interesting. I feel like Barack Obama's film taste is like more eclectic. Because he releases his lists of every year, and there's like some good shit on there.
He's got respectable lists.
Like there's some normie shit for sure, right? Like
he's got a good mix.
Not to be conspiracy brained here, but there's no way Obama picks his actual lists. Come on, I mean, there's got to be like a committee, right? Who's like,
he's not in office anymore. I don't know why not. Why wouldn't he pick his own?
He's an institution. He's got to pick.
Maybe, for sure. Like, not everything's a conspiracy. There's no... If I had reason to believe that it was, like, hand-picked by other people, then sure. But, like, I don't know. I feel like there's no reason to believe one way or the other, so I'm just taking it at face value, is basically what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying what you're saying is impossible. I'm just saying I don't see anything to guide me in that direction over the other. Yeah.
Okay.
Like if he was about to pick something like radical, then he probably wouldn't include it. But I think he's politically savvy enough to not need an institution of people to tell him that in the first place. I think his own instincts would would self-censor in that sense, you know? Like, I don't see why it would need to have another person telling him.
I think his list is secretly trying to reveal secrets about the Epstein files. And I think
what if we take all the first letters of Quentin
there.
Tarantino's topics and rearrange them? But all right. Mad Max Fury Road 2015. Shaun of the Dead.
Sure.
Midnight in Paris. Nice. Woody Allen. Battle Royale. You know, Woody Allen's showing up in the Epstein pictures all the time.
Yeah, I saw the new ones. Yeah, it was there a lot.
know.
I saw some social media posts before that point. I saw some social media posts of like other, like, I guess filmmakers that are on my friends list on like Facebook or whatever. And there, you know, there were people posting videos that are saying like, okay, you know, there is a bit of nuance to the Woody Allen story. And this was before the Epstein photos, right? And they were saying like, okay, he didn't raise the child that he wound up marrying after she wasn't a child, sort of thing. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I could see the argument where he could, you know, it's like less crazy to me than the Michael Jackson Defenders, I guess. But now looking at these photos, I'm like, okay, now I kind of have to assume the other direction. Now I'm kind of leaning in like, okay.
Puts a different patina on
Wait,
it.
are you saying I've been fine with Woody Allen until he's in the Epstein?
Well,
pictures.
I don't even know.
To me,
I'm
that's
not
the
saying
step too
fine
far.
with. I'm just saying it takes a lot for me to
No, I
make
know
like
what you
hard conclusions and judgments about people in those kind of like ethical ways. Where I'm like, okay, there's like a strong threshold that has to be crossed. Where I'm like, okay, I'm a person that naturally gives the benefit of the doubt, but you know, that could be a weakness. That could be like a mistake. I don't know. That's just how my brain works. It's just what I do.
The whole Woody Allen situation is I mean, it's decades of insane stuff. I mean, it'd take hours to go. I mean, it's
we can't get into it.
No. No.
But I'm just like I've seen the other perspectives. I'm like, oh, okay, I get where your argument is coming from, but like you have to also just, I don't know, it involves not believing certain things.
For me, it's like with Woody Allen, it's like I don't know, like I have no idea what's going on there, you know. And to me, it's like there was a period in my life before I knew all of this stuff about him, where I was just watching Woody Allen movies, being like, oh yeah, I like this, you know. Where it's like part of my brain is, I feel like I'm kind of good at just being like, okay, I can appreciate the art here and not really, you know, think about the artist. So it varies on who is doing what and all this sort. It's complicated.
I found it easier to separate him from his art when he's in the director role and not starring in his own films, because I recently
that definitely doesn't help.
Yeah, I recently watched one where he's like, oh, I'm the lead, and he plays like kind of like a weird pathetic creep, and I'm like, oh
yeah. I wonder how Ants hits now.
Or when he's not preying on underage girls like in Manhattan, it's like, okay, well,
I still haven't seen that
hard to
one.
Separate.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. Oh dear.
Remember when Louis C.K. made like a movie, and like in the movie there was like a conversation about masturbation, and I was like, oh, you're just like putting the thing you do in your...
I never saw that movie.
Well, have you seen his show? That's like his entire show. It's like connecting the dots.
And all the Quentin Tarantino feet shots.
Same thing. Okay, we are wading into the most insane shit right now. Like, what is the start of this episode?
I like it. I want to go back to that list.
We're talking Woody Allen. We're talking Tarantino. We're talking Epstein.
This is why I told you, like,
It's all linked, man.
We don't have to fucking stack the whole thing with fucking a billion movies. We don't have to work. Like, there's tons of stuff we can just shoot the shit, talk about whatever the hell's happening.
Yeah.
All right, to continue the list. Number 11, Battle Royale. Number 12, Big Bad Wolves 2013. Have I heard of this movie? What the hell is that?
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Big Bad Wolves.
I believe it's an Israeli film.
Is it an Israeli film?
I believe so.
Oh, it is.
Which is, oh boy.
Okay. I gave it a 6, apparently. I don't remember watching this.
Okay, so you've seen it.
But Quentin Tarantino called it the best of the year.
Oh, it's on the poster.
Yeah, literally his quote. That's kind of funny.
Like when you actually look at it on IMDb.
He's the only one I've ever seen talk about that movie. Literally, I haven't seen anyone else talk about that film.
Jackass the movie 2002 is number 13, which is interesting because I found that the movies got like better. As in, like, the number 2 is better than number 1. Number 2's got Terrorist Taxi. That sketch is unmatched.
Yeah. It's hard to beat.
Right. School of Rock at number 14, okay? Number 15, Passion of the Christ.
Oh.
Which is an interesting pick. Devil's Rejects at number 16. Number 17, Chocolat, or Chocolate, 2008. Yeah, wait. No, never mind. That's not Chocolat. That's a different movie. Chocolat is like 2000. Chocolate is a completely different movie. I'm glad I looked this up.
Oh.
From the director of Ong Bak. It's just actually called Chocolate. An autistic girl with powerful martial arts skills looks to settle her ailing mother's debts by seeking out the ruthless gangs that owe her family money.
That sounds interesting.
Okay.
Sure.
I've watch listed it. Number 18, Moneyball. Mid. Number 19, Cabin Fever, directed by his best friend Eli Roth. And then number 20, West Side Story, the Spielberg 2021 film.
Okay, Can I say about West Side Story? I think that's a great movie. I love West Side Story.
Sure.
But the way he couched his comments, where he was like, Spielberg's best movie in decades, he like saved his career like artistically with this, and Scorsese has never done anything as interesting as this
That's what he
in
said?
the past 25 years or whatever. He said something along those lines. He was
That's
like dissing
crazy.
Scorsese, and I'm like, hello, Wolf of Wall Street, literally. I mean, come on, insane comment to be like.
It's funny. So the reason why I find this conversation kind of interesting about Quentin Tarantino is because, you know, he's very outspoken. He just says shit, which is fine, I guess. But at the same time, I understand why people are taking it more seriously. It's because he's a very, you know, respected, talented, known as one of the greats in terms of directors, like very commercially successful, like one of the few household name directors there is. Instead of have him be like, this is the worst actor in all of SAG, just for seemingly no reason, because it's like, it seems like out of nowhere, right?
Yeah, it's fine when he's talking about movies as like a story. When it's targeting an individual like that, it feels more like, what, do you just have beef with this guy? Did you like want him in a movie and he had an issue with the script? Like, what is the reasoning behind this? But I want to go back to his number 1, which we kind of went over, Black Hawk Down. Have you guys seen this?
A long time ago.
Yeah, I've only seen it once or twice. Like everyone was watching this in the early 2000s, obviously.
Yeah, helicopter.
Helicopter and war and chaos. Ridley Scott, yeah, I don't know how that would hold up now. Like bringing up Louis, that show, I don't know if like how that would be to rewatch too. But I just thought that was that whole list is like fairly understandable. He has some quirks in his taste, that's for sure. But Black Hawk Down is number 1. I don't know. That just seems like an odd out of that list there that you'd prioritize that one.
Toy Story 3 is a funny one to have there. Also, it's like not even the best Pixar movie by a mile.
True, actually, yeah.
Toy Story, yeah, it's a weird one.
I don't know, that didn't jump out to me as much as Black Hawk Down did, for whatever reason.
Yeah, just me, I guess. But yeah, I understand that I'm in a weird position, because I do have actors that I clown on sometimes. But, I don't know. Like,
you're a critic. You're not working in the industry.
Yeah, if I'm reviewing a film and, like, Lucas Hedges takes me out of the fucking movie, and it would be perfect without him in it, I kind of need to say that as a part of my experience. So
yeah,
I'm not condemning him entirely for his comments. It's just kind of funny and confusing and a silly little drama.
I actually like how he's able to talk about his film opinions and doesn't have to feel guarded. I like that angle to it, but it's just like, if you're going to have these hot takes, like the Paul Dano one, like, you got to realize that you got to like justify that, or...
I mean, it's not going to hurt him.
Because it is all clips from like an interview, right? Or a podcast. No, it's not going to hurt him or either of them, really. It'll only really help them, but it's more...
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure there are people that are sour about that, and they're like, oh, Quentin said this again, and it's doing the rounds, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, given his like top 20 list, I don't know, like, does it really matter if he thinks something's incredible or not? Like, watching someone for the films they direct is different than watching someone for their film taste. Like, it doesn't hold that much weight.
Yeah.
I feel like people almost hold it the inverse way.
And also, it wouldn't even hold weight if he had the most perfect film taste in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm just the type of person where, like, I'm not looking for other people for opinions or affirmation for my own opinions.
I think that's why people value it so highly, right? Because he is one of the few household name directors. Yeah. So it coming from him has more of like a weight to people. Whereas... Yeah. I don't see it that way, but I think a lot of people do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think like, I just think it's strange because you're seeing like the decline of his reputation in a sense when he's so concerned about his reputation and about having the 10 films and they've got to be perfect. And like this kind of obsession with that is ultimately like harming, like 2019, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, like he couldn't be more beloved. And now it's like, you know, every time he puts his foot in his mouth, you know, all the pro-Israel, you know, comments during, you know, the genocide and all this stuff is just very tone deaf and just really like people are like right to just be like, oh, fucking, what the fuck with this guy, you know, like.
What have you done for me lately, Quentin?
Yeah, just make a fucking movie and shut up. Like, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, that's weird, actually, going back to the Ridley Scott being his number one pick. He is kind of an inverse Ridley Scott, where Ridley Scott seems to not care about his reputation as a director at all, and would just do anything to get 2 films out of the year if possible. Like, completely different philosophies as far as the approach to their work.
Yeah. I mean, if he wants to retire and it seems like you know, write and do like film criticism, then do that. But I think like when you're in the industry and you're like a working director and your words has a lot of sway, you know, on if people are cast or how people are perceived, then it's like you could almost see in the reaction to other actors, people being like and calculating in their head, okay, he's only going to make one more movie. What are the odds I'm going to be cast in that? Mm-hmm. Versus what is the good look I'll get if I post a picture of Paul Dano on my Instagram story? You know, like I just think there's kind of, at least throughout Hollywood, like kind of like, okay, we're kind of fed up with this guy a little bit.
Yeah, and people have to like strategically play games for their own careers, which is just
for sure
silly and funny.
Yeah.
But also, you know, here's my perspective. When I see an artist that's also a crazy person, I go, yeah, they're an artist. Mm-hmm. So I have like a lot of leeway when it comes to just like people saying or doing stupid shit.
Same.
It's like, yeah, of course they're an artist. They're weird.
I love his movies still. Like, it doesn't change how I feel about Inglourious Bastards or, you know, like, I don't know. It's just, to me, it's like that's the art. That's done, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also have Sentimental Value.
Wait. Before we talk about that, can we make a quick... Okay, Rob Reiner.
Oh, yes, please.
Okay.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P. Horrible. Just awful situation. But I know a lot of people are talking about their favorite Rob Reiner movie. Rob and his wife... what was it, Marcia Reiner?
I don't know.
I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Michelle Reiner. Yeah, so they both were murdered. Just insane situation in their homes.
Yeah.
Ongoing like investigation, but it looks like the son is the perpetrator.
I mean, he's already been like arrested, and I think he'd been charged.
Has he?
Yeah, has he not? I thought that was like.
I saw some of the drawings from court. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just the reaction like everyone seems to be showing, especially like from people in the industry, is like, oh, he was just like a lovely person to work with, you know, like all around nice dude.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy. Just the reaction then with Trump's post about him was just so unhinged and wild.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
He makes everything about himself, and if someone slighted him at all, then it's like, you know, he can't say anything nice about him. You know, like, he can't say anything nice about, like, fucking Christmas. You know? his holiday posts are like, and the Democrat, like, he can't just say anything nice ever, unless it's like for a political favor.
It's weird because also, like, you're seeing, at least on like conservative media, people being like, "Woo, this is a step too far," which is weird to me because I'm like,
yeah, and then they'll still support him.
Really? That's where they draw the line.
Where is the line? You know, where does the line drawn? But you're seeing lots of like conservative people, especially like conservative Hollywood people, who are like, "Oh no, I actually like Rob Reiner, even though I didn't like his politics." You know. So it just goes to make Trump's comments even more unhinged. But yeah, I guess my favorite Rob Reiner movie is, I guess, A Few Good Men. That's probably it. Do you guys have a favorite in particular? He really had a run of normie masterpieces when you think about it. Just
True.
Like universally Misery's. Yeah, great.
I like Misery a lot. That fan culture stuff's interesting. He also has like, I don't know, a bunch of different genres that you could play in and pull off pretty well. When Harry Met Sally as well is a good comedy.
Yeah, I feel like I need to watch some of his better ones that I haven't, because I haven't connected with a whole lot yet. I do remember enjoying Spinal Tap when I was a lot younger, but it's been so long that I just don't have a rating for it on my IMDb. So if I had to pick one, then I would say that.
Have you seen The Princess Bride?
Yeah, and it was good, but like reluctantly.
Oh,
as in like I get what people get out of this. It's not for me.
Yeah, I saw it a long time ago, but can't remember it particularly.
Exactly. Well. It didn't leave. It's not one that leaves an impression on me. Like, it's fine. I understand the memes now. Inconceivable. Yeah. People get really emotional about that one. I'm sorry, everybody.
No, that's one that helps to see, I think, when you're younger. Like, when you see that as a kid, it's very special.
Sure.
And, sticks with you. But
yeah, I still
in a
haven't
different
seen,
kind of way.
I still haven't seen Few Good Men or When Harry Met Sally.
Okay.
Or Stand By Me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
So, like, yeah, those are, like, the three that I probably should watch. But, yeah, I think in terms of ones that I'm looking forward to checking out the most, it would probably be a rewatch of Spinal Tap.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he just release a sequel to that this year?
Yeah.
Or I guess last year, as of listening to this.
They were literally, like, promoting it. Yeah, they were on, like, doing press junkets and stuff. Or yeah, I don't know. Yeah, anyways, I thought that was worth a mention quickly.
Yeah, it's a weird... there's nothing we could possibly, like, do or say to get people to come to terms with the fact that, like, this... like, having someone in the highest position of power basically just, like, taking pot shots at people for dying in really tragic and horrible ways.
No, you're right.
Yeah, like, there's at this point, like, you can't, like, what do you even do? What do you even do at this point?
I think it has just made the culture worse in every way. Everyone is just nastier and meaner and cruel and hateful, and it's just like, well, why not? If the leader of the free world can do that.
Entire careers have been ruined over less than that one post. It's completely unhinged. Like a president, someone who's more than just a person. They're like a symbol for like the most powerful country in the world, and like it has an effect. The stuff they say.
People universally denounced Kathy Griffin to the point where, like, it actually hurt her career significantally. But that seems like really tame at this point. Like, that was a bipartisan, like, hey, that's bad, we shouldn't do that. That's bad rhetoric. We don't want to see that type of, expression and language in politics. You have free speech, but let's not support that sort of thing. That was the position of everyone across every political aisle. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that sucks. But other news that I don't know if it is good or bad. I don't know if you guys heard the Oscars will be moving to YouTube.
Yes. Mm-hmm. About time. What took you so long?
Yeah, I'm going to have to do a test run of it to make sure on my stream.
Well, it's going to be a while. Yeah. 2029.
It's 2029.
So
yeah.
We'll see if the world can survive till then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's good.
I'll be paying for cable until that day.
Yeah, it has more of a chance of remaining relevant. More people will see it.
Yeah. Yeah, to me it just feels like more of a collapsing of the industries of like cable. Old and new media. And, I think in the future there's just going to be less and less divide between like what we perceive as traditional Hollywood and like internet content.
When's Mr. Beast going to host the Oscars?
That's what I want.
When's it going to happen? Yeah.
I want to see him put Brad Pitt over a pool of sharks. And,
Yeah.
If the goal is to get more people to watch it, then you need to make it available to people. I've been saying this for so fucking long. It's just, it takes a while for them to catch up and be like, wait a minute.
And put Kai Cenat in it.
Yeah.
Wait, for people to watch it, they have to be able to watch it? A what?
Yeah.
Huh?
A what?
Insane concept.
Yeah. I hope it's available in every region, and I hope that it streams fine. Like, the Game Awards stream fine. YouTube, out of every platform, seems like it would be able to handle it.
Yeah, I think so.
Like a large amount of people watching. I'm curious what their numbers will do. I think in that year, their numbers will jump up to the highest in like decades, probably.
Yeah. It's good. I don't know. Any other news regarding the various movie-related things? I don't know. All right.
Just that thing that happened on 1st of January. Yeah. Just that huge thing that happened.
Yeah, whatever. Watch out.
The thing that Alex is up to. FBI, please.
My grand reveal would have happened by now, so yeah, you listening already know the truth, so you're good.
Yeah, I'm scared. Sentimental Value?
Sentimental Value. Joachim Trier, if I pronounced it correctly. And I forget, you guys haven't seen any films from that?
No. I'm afraid not. I know The Worst Person in the World is the one I've heard is the one to go for.
Yeah. Both of these are like my favorites for sure.
I was going to watch Worst Person in the World, but I didn't feel like watching 2 hours of Donald Trump. Am I right?
Nice.
Right, guys?
Nice. You need to tone down the rhetoric.
Excuse me, sorry.
Someone's got a TDS over here. Yeah. But Adam, have you seen Thelma?
I didn't like it.
I was looking at that earlier on the filmography and thought it looked interesting as far as like a folky horror thing, but you didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
Okay.
It was goofy and messy and dumb, from what I remember. I mean, some people liked it. I don't know. Some people were like, "Why didn't you like it?"
I was just curious how it contrasted with this being it's a family drama, and that looked more like a genre film.
Yeah. I don't remember much about it other than it just me finding it to be dumb.
Didn't connect with you. Yeah.
And I didn't take it very seriously. So far, it seems like most of his movies are good if they're not in English.
Okay.
That's basically what I've noticed. Louder Than Bombs was also really lame.
Because he's Norwegian, of course. Yeah, nice to get Norwegian cinema.
Hell yeah.
And this was nice. I like stories that are about the artistic process, or in this case, more the wider effect. Like we have lots of films about someone in their peak, or someone who's in the act of making something, like a Barton Fink, a writer, or Fabelmans with the act of falling in love with cinema. But this is kind of like fast forwarding and seeing the familial impact that it can have, and where art can take you, and how it can divide you and bring you together, and everything about the film reinforces these concepts with the framing of this house and this familial ties and how that feeds into the family drama. I thought it was really clever, and particularly in a couple of instances where the filmmaking kind of highlighted its themes and trick you in a way that I was like, okay, you're ahead of me. This is very clever with how you're summarizing these big grand ideas, but doing it in a way that doesn't feel sentimental or cheesy, and kind of feels real and gets to the heart of what it's trying to say really elegantly.
What do you think, Jake?
Yeah, I liked it. I think that it had a really strong beginning, and I didn't really capture that excitement again for the rest of the film. But those first like 30 minutes with the house stuff and the theater stuff was just really thrilling. Like, oh my God, this is great and new and fresh. And it is like a very heavy drama. It is so heavy.
Yeah.
And touching on suicide and, family trauma and, the history of, Nazi involvement and, all that stuff. It's heavy. So I think that at times it was kind of like a really warm, heavy blanket that was kind of suffocating, and I kind of wanted to get out of it at the end. I was kind of sweaty and like, okay, I'm want to get out from under this, but I appreciated what it did, and by the final scene, I was like, yeah, that was good. Like, it communicated its feeling and message very clearly, and I didn't personally vibe with it in a way I think others might if you have a more like similar personal parallel to these characters, and if, I just think that it's going to affect people differently based on your personal life circumstances and your relationship to your family members and all that sort of thing. So, and where you are at and what stage in your life you're at,
Right,
so,
right.
I could imagine myself watching this again 10, 15 years from now and having a different experience. And, like, that's a good thing. That's a sign of like, good filmmaking. So, but I didn't love it. But I did like it a lot.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, I'm really glad to have watched it.
Okay, good. No, yeah, I consider Joachim to just be like, at this point, with these two films in a row, I consider him to be like way up there in terms of talent and in terms of having a vision and being able to express and communicate that vision through the language of filmmaking. You mentioned that opening sequence, like the editing and the way that everything flows together with the narration and the music, like every single piece of the puzzle in terms of creating a cinematic experience is just very, very meticulously thought out. I love the set design in this film. It's something where, it's whenever people think set design, they think of like some really out there Oscar-nominated, like bombastic, like, oh yeah, we created a new town or something, or like this is a science fiction thing.
Yeah.
But to me, like, I think that there's a lot of value in creating a space that just feels naturally lived in, and you learn about the characters through the environmental storytelling of what their living space looks like. And the house is like a very important character in the film, even. So to have that feel just so natural and nice looking and captured really, really well through the cinematography also. So many incredible elements of filmmaking working together in this, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, there's some stunning filmmaking in it, especially like with the house and what comes of the house and how it's like, it is a movie about like filmmaking and art, and that's something also that might maybe repel me slightly, because it is a bit like inside baseball, like here's, and seeing artists in a movie talk about art, with seriousness, and it's not a very, there are some funny moments, but it's generally a very heavy movie. So like, I think that's something that always puts me off a little bit, and that's just me. That has nothing to do with like the movie's quality.
I'm glad you said that, because I have a similar thing with movies that can indulge into that kind of romanticization of, we all love film and that level of it. But yeah, inside baseball is a good way of putting it. But I thought this kind of managed to avoid it because of how it didn't feel romanticized with some of these characters it was presenting that very easily could have been. There's an actor character who's kind of distraught with this stage fright that she's suffering with, and then her relationship to her director dad, who's kind of struggling as a director at this point in his career and getting funding and having to make kind of sacrifices and incorporating the streaming model. And it doesn't feel like it's, saccharine in any way. It feels very, and this this kind of family drama that it's built around this dad director, and the ramifications of his commitment to his craft. And he's kind of like this famous director who was something big at a certain point, but now he's got these 2 daughters and it's strained, and he's trying to communicate all these feelings through his art. And I love that kind of tension and dynamic between him and his immediate family with the daughters. And I love how the script didn't prioritize him as a character because he was the artist and he had everything to say because he's this big director, and he's wise, and he's like the head of the family dynamic type thing at this point. So I thought it kind of skirted past those kind of fears that I was having, as it was getting moving.
In terms of characterization, like I felt like it was a really honest and complex approach. I like that every single character in the film, to me, I just wanted to learn more about them, and it felt like there was so much more to them than just what we were seeing in any given scene. I like that, there is this history that they have to grapple with, where he is a bit of, an asshole and a manipulator and a person that puts his art in such high priority that he becomes really uncaring and doesn't fulfill any of his responsibilities of being a father. And now they have to grapple with the fact that, like, is he only just coming back into their lives just for the sake of this artistic idea he has? Is he doing a bit of both? Like the broken trust and the generational trauma associated with that culminating into what we see these characters as, and having that also reflected in the like very real and thoughtful representations of anxiety and depression, and self-harm,
like addiction.
And there's such a very, very well thought out subtlety to how these very complicated concepts are handled, not just through the writing but also the performances. Like throughout the entire film, to me it feels like something that is incredibly layered, because it's not just about what the characters are communicating in any given scene, it's about what they're not communicating. It's about what they're thinking behind what they're expressing, which I always find to be, something fascinating to chew on, where there's more than one layer to how characters are expressing themselves, like an underlying tension throughout each scene, even if, it's not explicit. I like stuff like that a lot.
A great example of that is the scene where Stellan Skarsgård's character goes to, once the film starts getting moving, he goes to see his old cinematographer that he's worked with for his whole career. And the way that scene goes with the cinematographer and this whole idea of being past your prime, perhaps, or in a state where, the anti-romanticization of like these concepts like filmmaking, and it's staring you in its face what it looks like, the addiction taking its toll, the drinking too much, and the physical part that catches up with you, and the realization on the character of like, oh, without saying a single word, he's come in with this certain level of excitement and enthusiasm, and by the end of that scene, that's just changed completely. Like his realization of, oh right, maybe I'm not as young as I used to. We're not all like whippersnappers anymore. There's some kind of weight in history, and everything feels lived in and believable. It feels like they've had these careers and that they've known each other and have these certain rapports, even though maybe they haven't seen each other in a while, and they apologize for not communicating enough between the gaps. And it just feels very genuine and sincere.
Yeah, and the fact that I'm able to recall so much about it, and even down to how certain shots looked and felt that I haven't seen since September, like early September. It's like a really positive sign of something sticking with me. Yeah, I saw it at like TIFF in early September. Anybody curious, we're recording this episode on December 18th. You're not going to hear this until January.
Should have clarified that.
Oops.
Hopefully more people have seen this by now, though. By the time this goes up.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, this is. I think this is pretty. This is going to get some Oscar noms based on how the Golden Globe noms went. I think this is going to get some Oscar noms for sure.
True, yeah.
Like more than just international.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet. There are a few I would hand it to. I think Stellan probably could get a nod. And how do you say her name? Reiner Rainsby, the Nora Borg character. I thought she was excellent. Going against him, had a lot to unpack with her character.
Yeah,
but I was loving it as a whole piece, as far as what it was saying about the artistic process and almost like a Whiplash type quandary at the heart of it, where it's like what is worth it at the end. But it's almost like an inverse to that movie to me, where it feels like everything kind of clicks into place. Because I was more like Jake. I was kind of in love for that first act, and there was some sagging in the middle where I couldn't really see what direction it was going or how it was going to wrap up a story like this without getting too melodramatic or whatever. But where it winds up ending to me was like one of my favorite endings of the year. I thought it was so clever. Without spoiling anything, I think, using filmmaking to make these thematic points just feels like a real cherry on top. Just that final puzzle piece falling into place, and just really making that point, hitting it home hard with that ending. I love when arcs can be completed with just like a couple of visuals and not having to over-explain what it's getting at, and it's just like a single image or two in succession can just summarize like a concept that it's going for so cleanly and so powerfully. It's one of the things filmmaking is special for.
I'm trying to probe my thoughts right now because I'm agreeing with so much of what you guys are saying, but and I'm trying to figure out what exactly it is that is keeping me like arm's length from this film. And I think a major aspect of it is how it treats the artistic process as like a sacred thing. Like I think the filmmakers believe in the artistic process and the process of making the film as a healing and a sacred process that is like for example, I would have preferred if he wasn't a genius director. You know what I mean? And I know this might sound like a weird complaint, but there's so much like it's kind of hard to portray, oh, he's a genius filmmaker and this is the genius film he's making. And it's just, I kept feeling like it didn't feel like that, like it felt like so serious in that relationship with Elle Fanning, her character and how they discuss and treat the artistic process. I didn't feel a sense of like ironic relationship to it. Like it is treated so earnestly and sincerely, and that's fine. But I felt like I have a different philosophy, I guess, about what's going on here. And to me, it felt very corny and kind of pretentious. And I think that's fine. But I ultimately, that's what ultimately kept me from really appreciating and feeling the emotions of the ending of the film, which ultimately, like, to me, this guy, and I don't know if we're getting into spoilers.
We can if you want. Spoilers, everybody. Spoilers. Maybe we should, Spoiler talk.
Because I think my biggest issue is the way ultimately what brings our main character back to her father and kind of brings the family to a state of like, if not acceptance, then towards healing, is reading the script. And I always kind of reject and kind of cringe at that feeling because it's like, this is, the father who has harmed them and who's an asshole. And we see his behavior throughout this film and how he's neglected them all his life and is so selfish and obsessed with art. Yet, well, his art is actually his way of connecting with her, and this is like his beautiful, and it's like, I just don't buy it. I didn't buy that he earned that. I didn't buy that the character, I felt disappointed in the characters, even though like they get closer and they feel closer to the father. I just still felt kind of like, fuck you, like, and maybe this is my own personal bias and relationship to, whatever. Like we all bring in our own baggage to this, but that's what I felt, at the end of the film a little bit.
That's a valid way to feel about it. I don't think that the film exists in a way where someone feeling as though, someone not buying the expertise or like expert filmmaker type talent of this guy. I don't feel like the film exists in a way where you can't feel that way, but that might also just be my personal experience of like, okay, yeah, there's a lot of highly regarded artists that I also don't think are good. But, for her to read the script and for that to have that emotional impact on her, it doesn't necessarily need to be some kind of like objective, like, oh yes, what a masterful writer. All it needs for that to happen is for that to have a personal connection with that character. And I think that there are in real life and reflected in this film a lot of artist types that do find it just easier to communicate through art, which would be the case for a guy that's neglected all of his real personal life and relationships, and focused so hard on his art that he's some renowned filmmaker. I think that might that fits pretty well in terms of the type of person that would be. Like things that he probably should be saying in person, he can like put in a script sort of thing. And perhaps, like it was expressed in the rehearsal season 2, perhaps the idea of like detaching yourself from yourself and almost doing it in a role play exercise allows people to be more honest about their feelings, or even more open to accept someone else's feelings in that sense. So does the character deserve to have that relationship mended in any way? Probably not. But I don't consider it to be like something that I wouldn't buy in terms of it happening in the film's universe, I guess.
Well, yeah. It didn't feel charged to be like fully like morally conclusive. It didn't like wash over me that way. It didn't feel like a saccharine, oh, they like love each other now, everything's healed. In fact, it almost kind of reinforced the opposite, where it tricks you with that brilliant shot, with it, building up the self-harm stuff and the crying.
Yeah, I don't think she is healed.
yeah. But then with that reveal and the kind of cold way they interact with each other without saying anything, that kind of highlights to me like, yeah, this is why he does it. This is his perspective as to that. This is kind of the moment that makes it worth it. And there is something healing about it from our kind of objective perspective, watching this and seeing like, yeah, she is an incredible performer, and this whole process, I guess, has brought them together as artists, as a family. But that doesn't erase everything that came before.
Exactly.
It's just all they can really do and all they know how to do at this point. But that's interesting that you find it to be charged the other way, because it's almost the complete inverse of my kind of emotional experience with this.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think like I really appreciated when the movie would go out on kind of tangents in a way and explore things about both of their lives. Like it really is like a co-lead film with Stellan Skarsgård and Renate. What is her name? Renate Rensvate, right? I don't know how to pronounce
Doesn't
it.
matter.
Yeah.
But they kind of like co-lead the film, and we get, I love when the sister learns about and investigates the mom's experience, being a prisoner of the Nazis. And just them trying to understand, the two sisters trying to come to terms with how do we deal with this man who is our father and accept what he wasn't able to do, and like, but not like forgive him for his actions, and I think that's what everyone is always trying to do when, you're always trying to put things in context, especially about your parents and your family. And it's extremely complicated and difficult when you're like trying to have empathy for people who hurt you or wronged you.
Exactly.
And like I really liked the messiness of that. And that just, I liked it when it was exploring that and that those messy feelings that are really uncomfortable. And I guess just that final sequence felt a little too like cathartic almost. I don't know. But this is a small complaint.
I felt like it was bittersweet.
It is a little bittersweet. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it wasn't trying to give us like a solid conclusion on how things wound up, other than just like things are still going,
Yeah, but you're making me think of other scenes in the movie now that kind of reinforce the characters and the difficulty of communicating, maybe like with the Stellan Skarsgård character, his feelings and the way he talks to people around him, in the only way he knows how, is the best joke in the movie when he hands his grandson a copy of Irreversible and the Piano Teacher on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
his presence with this like little boy, which is like not only a great gag, but it says a lot about him as a character and like what he prioritizes and what he thinks is important.
Yeah,
like artistically for someone to engage in. That was a brilliant like laugh out loud joke in there.
Yeah, he's kind of like he's just one of those people that like has ignored everything else in his life. And he's on just such an extreme trajectory, you know. Like, and we see these people. These people do exist in real life, and oftentimes they're very successful at what they do because they've put all of their fucking skill traits and EXP in just one
hyperfixated, basically
one area, and cause themselves to be an asshole to everybody else because you can't maintain relationships, right? And so it's kind of interesting that, maybe a part of himself does recognize that he should try to mend relationships, but because of the pattern of behavior in his entire life, like the only way he knows how to do that is through the skills that he's developed over his life thus far,
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. It's interesting and complex, and like the fact that we're having this level of a conversation about it is just
that's a good sign.
Great. Yeah. It's more reason to love it, in my opinion.
There's a lot to talk about. How did you guys feel about the Elle Fanning character? Because now that I think about it, I feel like her character in the American Hollywood version would be like a dumb blonde actress who can't act, who is like, oh, the studio wants me to have consider her for the part. And it's like she is shown in contrast to our lead character who is good at acting and, a good, but it's not like that. Like, she's a good actress. She's,
everything's complex.
Yeah. Very committed about the part. So I do like how that is incorporated for sure. Yeah. And how'd you guys think about that?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, everybody felt like a real character, a real person. It's just, there was depth to everybody.
Yeah, and it missed being corny to me. It felt like it didn't go into like a romance element or anything like this. It all fed into the main dynamic of him and his daughters, really, with him trying to like basically turn her into his daughter more and more, and her gradually realizing this creatively doesn't make sense. Like you're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole here. I can't be a part of this project, which that happens, even if she is a good actor, but the language barrier thing's obviously a big issue in his filmmaking process, and the whole... I do like the nerdy film commentary stuff with the Netflix angle and his frustrations of getting it made, and I don't know, that kind of made it work for me.
Yeah, there's so much going on.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I like the creative disagreements over the accent, where like she on her own does the research on the accent and tries to implement it, and it just doesn't work out on set. And his way of dealing with that was quite interesting, kind of awkward.
It was painful. That was so painful. Like all of those scenes with him and Elle Fanning, I'm just like, oh God, like this is just not working. And like I kept waiting for him to like yell or something, because his presence is so like, he has so much power in these situations. It's very like unnerving, and it makes you think about just the role of director on set.
Exactly.
And how he's treated like a messiah, like he has some kind of fucking god like ability to make art. And it just
but how much more delicate he was with her than his own daughters as well, and the kind of contrast is very interesting.
Yeah, and I guess part of me is just that nagging part of me is just like, I'm pissed that he won, that he got to make his art. And I question how much of it is, I don't think any part of it was for his daughter. I think it was, for himself, like I do think that, when he talks about that in a sense where he's just like, art, what does he say? Something about like art means like you have to go your own road and not be pinned down to a normal life or something like that, trying to justify his actions throughout his life. to them. Like, art is superior. And I think ultimately the film kind of inadvertently raises up this thinking of like art is this higher ideal and this higher thing to chase after. And even though he did, I mean, I don't know, it's complicated. Like the movie portrays it as complicated. I don't think it's trying to like morally condemn anything or portray something in that regard. I just found that in a sense, philosophically, the movie is kind of reinforcing that attitude a little bit.
Very interesting.
But it was good. It was good.
Alex, what was the part where you said that it was like kind of ahead of you and like that you referenced earlier?
Right at the very end, I somehow didn't see that coming with the...
Yeah, it's such a great ending.
It is, yeah, because the fact that it's reincorporating the same trick it did earlier and it doesn't seem obvious, so that it's... Even though it seems obvious right after it's been revealed, I thought that was like okay, this is brilliant filmmaking.
Yeah.
Doing something I haven't quite seen before.
And it treats its characters and subjects with such earnestness. Is that a word? Earnestness?
Earnestness.
It's a very earnest representation of its characters and ideas. That by that point you believe it's something that could happen, right? That's the litmus test of like a great film, is where they can play with these ideas and have you believe like, oh yeah, this is something that could happen. Where versus bullshit normie movie number 93 or whatever, where it's like, okay, they're not going to do that. Right. So you could have the exact same concept for a reveal like that in a different film, and it wouldn't work because you wouldn't be believing that's something that film could do or have the balls to do, sort of thing. Right. So the believability of it being able to explore those options and take those risks is just it's proof of just how well made and thoughtful and interesting and complex it is. Love it. Absolutely love it. There's 2 perfect endings this year. That would be this one and the film you mentioned earlier. It was just an accident.
Yes. Yeah, incredible ending.
Yeah.
What about the Running Man?
Oh, fuck off. I think, I think I gave it like a high 8. This conversation's bumping it up to a 9.
Nice.
Giving it a 9.
Ooh. Alex?
Nice. So mine's still on like a 4-star, 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I am enjoying what has come up during this conversation, and especially the contrast between us and Jake, it seems here. That's super interesting. But I don't know, this worked for me. Didn't overplay the concept, which is big and heady, and like, what is art, and how does art manifest to you, and what do you sacrifice, all this kind of stuff that can sound kind of douchey when you're like verbalizing it like that. But I think the film handles it with care and with characters that are, the drama's just right, doesn't get melodramatic, and I don't know, just a great drama that knows what it is, knows how to end. Yeah, this was really solid. Enjoyed this. I'll have to check out some more films from him.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving this a 7 out of 10. I think because of the things I bumped up against, and those happen to be the things you talk about most when you're actually having a conversation about a movie, because you guys really like this. I actually, I like this a lot more than it might sound like I did. So
that's valid.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Solid film. Very much enjoyed it.
Yeah, there's definitely this one is more heavy and dark than Worst Person in the World. Worst Person in the World is like way more of like a comedy character study sort of thing.
Right.
Like I consider that to be like way more, I mean, everyone would. It's way more of a comedic film.
Okay.
But I think just after this conversation and the experiences of the characters and how closely I relate to a lot of the ideas and just how complex and masterful it's told, I think this would probably be my favorite of the 2 at this point.
Nice. Cool.
Even though I've only seen both of them once. But they're both great. You should watch them.
All right.
You should watch the other one.
Hell yeah.
All right. Take it away with your recommendation thing.
All right, guys. Welcome back to the podcast.
Hi.
Today we're talking about Eyes Wide Shut, Stanley Kubrick's 1999 film starring Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. I was not initial. Okay, I'm like slowly getting back to my normal tone. Okay. I don't know what possessed me there. Not going to do that the whole time. I wasn't initially going to recommend this, but then Adam suggested it as a great Christmas film, and I thought, yeah, you tricked me. Yeah, I'm susceptible to your charms, and
thank you.
I'm glad that we picked this one because Criterion recently put out a beautiful 4K edition, at least so I hear, because I wasn't able to get a copy before this recording, unfortunately.
Yeah, me neither.
I was thinking about getting it during the Barnes & Noble sale, but I did not. Stupid me. It would have been nice to see the new version, but I did watch a fine version of it on Tubi. With ads.
Oh god.
Because I figured that'd be better than my old DVD. So it was fine. It was good, but I think that is a testament to its power that I could see it in less than ideal circumstances and still love it and enjoy it. This is a movie I've seen many times. I love it. I think it's fantastic and so funny and is so unique that even in Kubrick's filmography, there's really nothing like it. And ultimately, my main takeaway from this viewing of this film is this movie was 25 years ahead of its time. It is the movie of now. It is literally the Jeffrey Epstein, QAnon, paranoia. Like Kubrick was so on something, like tapping into the culture that I feel like this movie is hitting a new revival in the culture. Like people are talking about Eyes Wide Shut in a way I've never seen before. I mean, I remember when I was first getting into Kubrick, like people dismissed this one offhand, like immediately, like, yeah, he kind of went out with a whimper. I disagree. I think he went out with a bang. I think this is one of his best movies. How do you guys feel?
Yeah, I'd seen this only once before, but I found it to be very memorable and it stuck with me. So I had a good time revisiting. And yeah, like you, I found it to be a good experience. I found a lot more to unpack this time compared to last time. I just think it might have one of my favorite titles for a film ever. Eyes Wide Shut. I think such a perfect title that encapsulates what the film is going for and what it's exploring sexually. This kind of insecurity at the heart of the film, and especially how that's mapped over this kind of upper middle class, high living society, unlike a American Beauty or something, which is more like a regular person's regular job kind of experience. It's a more, let's take this to the Epstein zone of these cults and these hedonistic groups that have passwords to get into these orgies, and how that relates to this core relationship and marriage. And I think it's saying a lot. And like you, I think there is an enhanced meta narrative around it, not only with the cult stuff and it being Kubrick's final film and him dying shortly before it was released and the conspiracy theories, but even just the meta narrative around Tom Cruise and Kidman themselves, the relationship they were in during this casting. Whoever the casting director was who thought this would be a good idea was right on the money, because I feel like so much of the dialogue and the kind of awkward dynamic in the film feels, now that we know in real life what happened and maybe what was going on behind the scenes, there's just another layer to unpack here. It's almost made at their expense, it feels like. The lead two actors. So yeah, I find this really interesting, and kind of like what I was saying earlier with Sentimental Value, it was kind of sagging for me in the middle, but again, the last two scenes in the movie just put a bow on it in a way that I find to be very creepy and satisfying and kind of emotionally confusing and interesting. But what about you, Adam?
Well, so my experience watching this film, I was somewhere in my teens when I watched it the first time, and it did not leave a very strong impression on me. I think that was, one of my first 3 videos on my channel. There was a moment where I was some directors don't. I think it was in my M. Night video, where some directors have some misses or whatever, and I showed a poster of Eyes Wide Shut. Because to me, it just didn't really strike me the same way as so many other Kubrick films from the 80s and 90s especially. And so then, over time, there were enough people being like, why don't you like Eyes Wide Shut? And it seemed like something that on paper, like, I should like. And so, I'd always been curious to check it out again. But yeah, what keeps happening is when I do this and I think of giving something another chance, I wind up having more or less the same experience, which is interesting because I didn't even remember much of my experience when I was younger. Where we're, on paper, this is a good film, and I appreciate many of the elements of filmmaking in this piece of film, but it just doesn't connect with me. And I can articulate why. I don't care about the characters. I don't care what happens to the characters. I find the acting to be very phony and off. And I know that there, everybody talks about the meta layer. I guess we're doing spoilers. Let's do spoilers. Fuck it. Early spoilers. I don't care.
It's been 25 years.
Yeah. Everybody talks about how the presentation of this film is super dreamlike. And so in that sense, like, any element you can't, if something feels off at all, then theoretically that's just in support of that style. But it still doesn't help the fact that, I see more Tom Cruise than I see a character, which isn't the case for every movie that I've seen Tom Cruise in. I feel like he works really well for certain types of characters, and I understand the motivation and decisions for the casting here. But yeah, I found the entire experience to be like very unrelatable, and despite there being entire sequences where I'm like, okay, yes, I'm interested, and I'm digging the music and I'm digging the cinematography, there were entire sections of the film where I felt that way. But overall, the experience was just lacking in terms of any reason why I should feel an emotion. I wasn't scared for him. I wasn't like super intrigued at the mystery outside of maybe the middle of the film. Yeah, on paper I should like it, but I do not.
Can I make a claim?
Yes.
This is a very heterosexual film.
It is.
And a very monogamous film. This is
so true.
This is a very, it's about marriage, and it's about the weird obsessions and jealousies of marriage, and of, it's a very...
jealousy's a big one.
You feel very much Kubrick working through his own feelings about monogamy and relationships and all of that, and I find that very interesting. And and every time I watch this film, I do find the ending very like emotionally cathartic. And I think, like, of course, I've seen this movie so many times now that, like, and I saw it at, like, when I was a teenager or whatever. I actually remember the first time I watched this, I was seeing it, and I was like, my parents didn't know I was watching it, and I was home alone, but I knew my dad was probably going to show up at some point. And so I had the remote like right next to my hand, and I was like, okay, the second I hear the door open, I'm grabbing the remote and I'm turning it off and changing it to Netflix or something. It's like, okay, I'm ready. Like I was so like nervous and sweaty. I'm like, oh my God. It did feel like that. And it felt like I'm watching some kind of like deeply transgressive, like mysterious, exciting thing, and that was like my relationship to this film. And then I was so like worked up that by the time my dad actually walked in, I threw the remote like across, and I'm like trying to grab it, and I'm like scrambling, and he just walks in and is like, you were really eager to turn off the TV, weren't you?
That's funny.
Yeah, no, that's true though. It does feel like it's on the edge of discovery, like the main character. He's like, he's doing something that he is compelled to do, but shouldn't be doing. And there's something kind of alluring about that. Kind of lust, almost, personified, of like, where's this going? Where can it take me? Why is this so much more exciting than my stable, like, relationship back home with my kid? Like, what is driving him to do this?
It is a common, apparently male. I don't know if people other than males fantasize about it, but it is a common fantasy to uncover some grand conspiracy. And it is kind of funny having watched this while also having recently watched The Chair Company, which is the new Tim Robinson, Zach Cannon
right.
sort of thing, which is basically like a parody of this type of, like also shows like this. But yeah, like the ridiculousness of someone just being like, I have to figure out what the hell's going on at all costs, when there's like no good reason why they need to, but they're like, no, it's important, sort of thing. And I was also thinking about Under the Silver Lake, which
I'm glad you said that. I know
is an underrated film for me. I think, I have no idea what Jake would think of it if you've seen it, but
I've seen it. I love it.
Oh, you see? Oh, you like it? Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah,
I love that movie because it's almost like a similar type of concept and similar ideas. Maybe not thematically, but it's exploring something similar, but with less of a sense of seriousness. Like, it understands how silly it is. It understands how ridiculous it is, and the plot and the concept. And I feel like it's still able to touch on a lot of similar emotions with that film, in terms of like the fear associated with there being like a secret society that's larger than you and can control everything and has been controlling music and culture or whatever. Like, it's different, but yeah, I feel like the intended emotions in that film were just so much more easy for me to grasp onto versus this one, where I'm like, they didn't really show much, and maybe that's the appeal to people, but
yeah, I like how much it shows or how little it shows.
Yeah, it's like, okay, there's people that disappeared, a girl died, and it's heavily implied that the cult is responsible for it. And also that there's a lot of powerful people, maybe world leaders even, involved in the cult, and that there's like sex trafficking and underage, so like, like teen sex trafficking probably. And then beyond that, it's kind of just like, I'm just kind of like, okay, well that's all that, and I don't know if I'm supposed to be concerned about it being something more, or if just that base level is supposed to have me feeling fear throughout the entire film or something, or like anxiety. Again, I don't care what happens to Tom Cruise's character, so it's a little difficult for me.
But it's more the paranoia and kind of horror, and him kind of losing to this like lust or desire is kind of what makes it work for me. With the the whole atmosphere and tone of it being set on Christmas that's fun. I love that.
Yeah, I like that
decision, with it like tonally being so, it's not a joyous film at all. So having the kind of juxtaposition of this kind of creepy story overlaid on this joyous Christmas setting is a unique tone for sure. And as Jake said, that outside of Under the Silver Lake, I can't think of anything quite like this as far as what it's going for and what it's saying. But yeah, I found it genuinely kind of scary and full of paranoia in ways that you wouldn't really expect or anticipate on paper, like when he's being tailed towards the end, and just how unnerving and creepy it is in this kind of almost improv way the story moves, where there is a through line of this sexual element, but him just walking through the streets at night and this like hooker getting involved in the story, and the way it all loops back on itself, I found to be quite satisfying and dark. But I'm curious what you found funny about this, Jake, 'cause I don't find too much humor in here. I find it quite kind of oppressive.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like each time I see it, I get a better sense of like what is funny here. Like, I do think Kubrick has that very like dry humor that there are just moments that are so almost campy in the way that it's depicted, especially line readings from these actors that are like seared into my brain, the way like Nicole Kidman says like when that argument, I feel like a moment that'll break any viewer of this movie is the first argument they have. That's like the key. The way the argument moves, the way she's so slowly talking when she's like, "Did you think about fucking her?"
I have a lot to say about that scene.
It's it's so funny. I think it's intentionally funny. I really do feel like because when I watch that, I'm thinking like this is a parody and is such an exaggeration of these type of arguments you can have in a relationship. Like this version of just like, did you think about doing this? Like what? And like she's low key evil in this movie. Like first off, like the way the argument starts is so funny to me because she says something like, she's like, the guy was thinking, who she was dancing with at the party, like he was thinking about having sex with her. And he's like, well, that's understandable, and she's like, wait, because he could only be interested in having sex with me? And he's like, no, because you're beautiful, and it's like this kind of argument that's just so like, to me, I just find that very funny. It's like one of those.
She just wanted to argue, basically. Yeah.
Exactly.
She does feel like the manifestation of like what incels think every woman is, sort of thing. Just like trying to argue and planting little fucking traps where it doesn't matter what he says, and she's just like, she just wants to argue.
And it's very much like Tom Cruise is the main character, is very much like the masculine perspective on this relationship.
Yeah,
I'd say for the most part, you get like sprinklings whenever she gets a word in edgewise, but she's not in most of the film.
Yeah.
So are we to say that like, because a lot of people say that this entire movie like literally is a dream or something. So are we to say that like her behavior in that scene is because that's his own manifestation of how he feels about either women or his wife specifically, and that's like a part of his own like insecurities? Or is that your interpretation, or how did you guys see that?
I don't really read it like a dream, but I get the idea of it being maybe an exaggerated like personification or visualization of this kind of insecurity as far as how that affects him sexually. It's like the complete logical inverse to a stable like married couple with kid is like a sex cult that you need a password, and there's just something about this character having to confront that and the weaving narrative to get there as well, with how that relates to him just about buying sex anyway and moving from there and it's
dodging AIDS.
Dodging AIDS, and I don't know. It sells that to me.
Yeah, I think the whole movie is about like power dynamics, the power dynamics in the marriage, and the exploring that in like the micro and the macro, and this dream-like exploration that you can only really do in a dream, where you're like, oh my God, I had this horrible nightmare that I cheated and I did this thing and I got in trouble and people saw me naked and I had, I had to take off my mask and I was embarrassed and went to a crazy sex party. And then I ended up back in bed and I'm so grateful that I'm in this comfortable, cozy, marriage and with family. It is this kind of like exploring how the relationship between like two people can be explored on like the world, to this kind of like who is being held prisoner, who is keeping secrets, who is who's holding the power and in the relationship and in the world, in the society. It's just such a weirdly mysterious, but I think also like it's hard to do a literal reading of this movie, and that's why there's so many things you can throw onto this and attach to it in the same way people do with 2001 and The Shining. I think this movie is his most similar to The Shining. I feel like it's
oh yeah, for sure, I would say so too.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the dream-like way it moves, and the way also there's like this detachment with the way the actors speak. Like you watch 2001, you don't give a fuck about the astronauts, that's not really what it's about. You're like, it's like and even the way like Tom Cruise is framed walking in the streets. And first off, I love those shots of like the rear projection when he's walking in New York. They're so, but like he's almost like the way the camera is always at like a distance and following him. It feels like he's like a video game character, and you're exploring this little like slightly off world. And I don't know, it's just so immersive to me, and I find it so like. I don't know. I keep going back to it in that same mysterious way that I returned to like 2001 or The Shining, because there's just something visually and like the images there draw me in more so than like the literal what's happening. Same like a David Lynch film. And I think you could also say like, well, this is a very Lynchian type of film experience.
Yeah.
It is a vibe type film. Like if you connect with the vibe, you're going to love it a lot more.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I mean, I enjoyed the vibe as well. I thought the color grading was excellent.
Yeah, and the lighting.
Yeah, and especially with all the like Christmas lights around, like, and having that captured within the like dark throughout the entire film. Like it's a really nice looking film from like a color perspective and even framing.
So is a big part of the appeal of the conspiracy theory with not just this film, but some of the other Kubrick films you mentioned, is it simply down to the fact that Kubrick's just so good with imagery and theming and symbolism that you can just kind of project a lot onto that? Because like this is based on a novella, right, from the 20s or something. So
1926, Tromneville by Arthur Schnitzler.
So I guess you could say, well, this has just always been happening. So that's what he's getting to the truth of, as instead of like this timing of the Epstein and.
Also, people are more likely to attach conspiracy theories onto people and artists that are associated with existing conspiracy theories, right? So like the moon landing thing is a conspiracy, and people, had he was like the talented filmmaker at the time that was way ahead of his time. And so, it's easy to attach him onto that. And then the fact that his last film that he like died before the release of is one where it's like, I'm uncovering a conspiracy about a secret society and the government's maybe in on it, right? People do the same thing with why can't I remember his name? Whitest Kids You Know guy. Trevor Moore. Because a lot of his sketches were in the same vein. Like a lot of his writing did poke fun comedically at the idea of conspiracies and government and all that stuff. And so, there's people that attach conspiracy theories onto his death in the same way. They'll be like, oh, he knew too much or whatever. It happens with people. It happens with public figures. People just, that's part of it.
I think there's multiple facets to the whole thing and why people are drawn to Kubrick's movies with conspiracy theories in mind. And I think part of it is genius as a marketing term, and it was beneficial for Kubrick's career and for Warner Brothers, who he basically had a beautiful deal with to just be like, make your shit, and we'll let you spend 2 movies with Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise, just do whatever. But I think that is part of it, where it's like, okay, he's a genius, so he can do what he wants. And also I think Kubrick was genuinely like a very smart and talented person who was interested in all sorts of different things. And the way he like made his movies, he's not like a literal filmmaker. He doesn't really like give you a message or at least usually doesn't, is, most of his movies. And another thing that, this is kind of tangential, but speaking of Kubrick as like the genius type, I watched a really interesting segment from the Criterion release of Eyes Wide Shut, which is on YouTube. People can watch it. It's called Eyes Wide Shut: Recreating New York with Stanley Kubrick. And it's an interview with Lisa Leone, who worked on the film as like a researcher and a second unit director. And she talked about how Kubrick basically asked her to take photographs of New York so that he could recreate in exact detail what, certain parts of New York look like. And she ended up, going to England and working on the film that way. And one thing she notes is that Kubrick was a genius at being a producer and at, cutting costs where he couldn't. The reason why he could basically spend such a long time making movies is that he didn't have like exorbitant costs when he was making movies. He was very good at producing his films and not spending tons of money. So that's another interesting thing to like consider, that like I think we have in our mind, like in order to be a genius, filmmaker or artist, you have to like do all these horrible things, when in a lot of like, not saying Kubrick wasn't hard to work with by any means, but he had very, very loyal people who worked for him, who worked on his films, and the crews, they stuck with him, movie after movie. And, Cruise and Kidman, after working with him, I know there are people who are like, oh, they were like, abused or something by Kubrick on set. They say they have like only the kindest things to say about Stanley Kubrick, and said he was a very warm person in person. So the idea and the myth and like the genius thing around Kubrick is it's kind of bullshit and very obnoxious. And I think it doesn't really help when you're actually talking about movies, because ultimately it's just like, well, he was a genius and he was like a god, and he could have hidden all these secrets in his movies, when it's like, is it really there? One other thing real quick before I forget, Kubrick was considering Woody Allen and Steve Martin at one point when he was working on this movie for like 35 years. So if we're talking about, and it also when you think about like the comedy elements of this movie, how different it might be comedically if Steve Martin or Woody Allen were the lead of this film. Yeah. I don't know. It's something to consider.
That'd be weird.
That would be completely different. That would kind of, that'd be too far, I think, for me. So I like that Tom Cruise is in there, because there's the Scientology link as well, with like the cultish kind of visuals.
Oh yeah,
that kind of link is just too weird for me.
Whenever there was someone like following him on the street, I'm like, this is what happens when
exactly.
This is what happens when people try to leave your club.
And I just kept thinking about that image of Nicole Kidman that was snapped by someone after she got her official divorce, and she's like joyously like throwing her arms in the air and looks like so pleased.
I'm not sure I've seen
Which
that.
Then when you remember how the end of this film like wraps up is like
I believe that was debunked, unfortunately.
Oh really? Is that not real? Oh damn it. Damn, I just got sniped.
I think I saw something where she said that was actually for like a set picture of something she was filming.
That's funny.
But yeah, even just with that ending dialogue and that kind of speech, the reality of that one night can never be the whole truth. No dream's ever just a dream. The important things we're awake now. That whole kind of speech, and the idea of when he keeps reiterating that they need to use the word forever in terms of their relationship, and she specifically says, "Let's not use that word forever. It frightens me." I thought that, considering the context now, is quite interesting. Just that how different those mindsets would be when filming it, and how it comes across now, and how that plays into what the film is saying about these relationships and this obsession. I don't know. I think it's really clever.
Jake, you mentioned this earlier, that Kubrick in his filmography oftentimes has been, he doesn't leave you with like really simple, easy, wrapped up answers.
Yeah.
A lot of his body of work leans towards being like kind of ambiguous, and there's conversations that people have about the meaning of his films, or about what literally happened potentially, right? The Shining and 2001: A Space Odyssey, like that ending especially, and so that's part of why, there's a moment in this film that it just feels so jarring to me, especially just knowing who Kubrick is, and even how the rest of this film even kind of plays out, for that voiceover flashback when he pulls out the dead body and the woman says, "Because it would put my life at risk and possibly yours," sort of thing. I'm just like, do we really need to spell that out with an audio flashback? And then within like 20 minutes, his friend who's also in the cult literally just explains the exact same information by that point anyway, and he says, "Oh yeah, this was the woman who was ODing and the blah 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 blah." And so I'm wondering if that was something that like was put in after he died, and maybe people don't know. Like I have no idea. Like I don't know who to trust over this, but that feels like an odd decision for a Kubrick film.
That was one of my biggest issues with the movie, was that moment. Yeah, it does really stand out as being quite, I don't know, it takes the subtlety out. When the rest of the film is so kind of subtle and like, I'm not going to tell you, to have that, like, what?
For information that they explain anyway.
That's a pet peeve I have in so many movies, is when they do that. Yeah. No, I agree with that critique of that moment.
I don't think that there was something that large added to the film, at least from what I've read about it, and the making of this. Actually, Broey Deschanel has a great video about the making of Eyes Wide Shut on YouTube. People can check that out. But no, I do think that is kind of a flaw in the film. It doesn't really detract anything for me. I do find those moments still like enjoyable. I like the conversation he has with Sidney Pollack and everything. Like those are. Maybe it is just because I've sat with the movie so many times that I accept it, and I love all those little issues. But I do think another thing is like maybe Kubrick was also considering the audience, in a way. Yeah, I do think like he was not like an infallible guy who was like, I need this to be exactly my vision. I do think it's very likely, again, as like the producer of this film, that he's thinking like, I need to give the audience a little something to, and maybe he was a little overly concerned about like general audiences in 1999 being like, what the fuck is happening? Like, let me give them a little bit to like pull them back in and, not completely alienate them, because it seems like if it didn't have those scenes, at least at the time, it would have probably been hated even more than it already was. I don't know.
Probably, but the voiceover we didn't need because it was literally explained anyway.
No. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, just that one moment.
Yeah,
for sure.
I don't know. When I think about like the concept of feeling like a fear or paranoia or concern or anything involving what a lot of people do seem to get out of this film, and the grand conspiracy, and I need a bit more in terms of like some sort of threat or consistency, or it just seems like a lot from my perspective that happens in the movie is just like almost seemingly random, or just it doesn't make that much logical sense. Which, I guess if the whole thing is a dream, then nothing has to, whatever.
There you go, yeah.
But I don't know. Like, even at the end, mask on the bed sort of thing, it's like, okay, let's assume that we're interpreting that as they're sending another message and that, they were just in his house or something. And then the first thing he does is like spill the beans to his wife, where it's just like, okay, well, you're not taking this very seriously at all. Like, we don't have audio recording devices that anybody could have put in your home in the year 2000 or whatever. Like, they could still be in your home. Like, if they're able to just get in there and like put a mask on your bed, why aren't you concerned? They told you they'd kill you if you told anybody about it. Why are you doing this now if you're so scared? Like, I just don't understand the character or the stakes, really. Like, I don't have a clear understanding of the stakes.
Well, I interpreted that as she found the mask, right?
Perhaps,
I interpreted that as she found the mask and placed it there.
Yeah, that's what I took away too.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's a better interpretation.
Yeah, I mean, I get, like, there are parts that, don't make logical sense, and you could... And that's the problem with movies like this, where it's like the dream logic that you can be like, okay, well, I accept that as, like, whatever, dream logic, and maybe is this performance bad and off, or is that intentional? Like, I don't know. You have to imagine that I know this actor is capable of giving a naturalistic performance and probably did a million other takes where they did it differently, but for some reason, this was the take that was chosen. And I mean, I have to think that it was, it's going for that off feeling, and these line readings are so bizarre sometimes that it's like, intention. Yeah, I mean,
if it's all in his head, it makes a bit more sense, right?
A lot of the film's just kind of off. It makes you feel wrong.
That maybe him as a character is like representing marijuana in a way that's not realistic in the slightest. Like, and it's not if it's not from the director, then it's like it's more forgiving. Because otherwise, it's like, well, what the fuck? This isn't what weed does to people. People don't act like they're on fucking like Xanax.
Well, that's what I find so funny about it, because it is kind of like making fun of them a little bit, and that kind of like the fact that the beginning of this film, like right away, they're at this party. And they're like basically about to fuck the people they're talking to. Like she is like basically like millimeters from kissing the guy she's dancing with. And she's like drunk and speaking so slowly. And it's such a bizarre way. The way he's flirting so much with these women at the party. Like it is immediately you're like, okay, what are these people doing? Like, what is this marriage? And the fact that then they go in to have this argument that's so silly. They smoke a little bit of weed and suddenly they're like, it all comes unraveling. Like, I just find it so, I think he's kind of mocking their relationship and their fragile egos and how like naive they are about the world. And I think that's what's so like powerful about the rest of the film, where he dives into like the real dark shit, and he has this dream experience where he can experience the dark side of his psyche, and he comes out the other side and has a better, appreciation for their little, marriage. And they aren't like the wealthiest people in New York, but they're doing very well. And, they have, it's just, it works out. I don't know.
I do. Yeah. It's kind of, I think you did kind of hit the nail on the head earlier. Like I'm not even thinking about monogamy,
There you go.
I'm like, why? Who cares?
No, that is the core conflict of the film. That is what the film is like entirely about. Yeah.
Yeah. Just fucking figure your shit out. Own this person.
Now there's a reading of this movie that it's about Tom Cruise being gay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's that scene where he gets kind of bullied on the street. Which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. Is it about Tom Cruise being gay? What do you think, Adam?
Could be.
All of his films are in one way or another.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I something about Tom Cruise just feels so fake and phony to me in all of his performances and also his life, where it feels like he's constantly putting on a performance.
Yeah,
in every moment.
I agree with that. I don't know. That kind of adds though when it's utilized in a film like this to me. Outside of he loves to act with his hands. I've never really noticed it that much before with him, but there's a lot of hand acting with him in this movie. Like, everything he does has like an elaborate hand motion with it. Once you spot it, it's like you can't unsee it. But he doesn't really bug me too much. I just kind of, the only thing I was left longing for was more of the Nicole Kidman character / I guess experience, or I don't know. I could do with like a companion movie almost of like her perspective, or just more of what that's going on from a feminine perspective, because this is so focused on his kind of experience.
I'm disappointed because I think Tom Cruise gives an amazing performance in this movie. What are you guys smoking? This is such a funny performance. He's so good in this. And he's playing against the Tom Cruise type. Like, he's so like robotic and weird. And I get there's like, you can definitely see some inauthenticity, especially in like the way he behaves. But I do think like he is a really versatile actor that like can do so much. And this is, there's no other Tom Cruise performance like this. It's really, incredible, and does kind of highlight the performative aspects of like the way he is, the doctor role, the way he becomes like the good moral doctor type when he needs to be that way, and the good husband type, and how fake he is in that conversation with her. I don't know. I think it's good. I think it's good acting.
Shout out to Todd Field as Nick Nightingale.
Yeah.
Director of Tar.
Yeah, the small characters kind of steal the show in a weird way,
He was the only character I liked.
Sidney Pollack too.
When the store owner character, I thought the store owner guy was creepy and weird and kind of interesting to watch. Or the Alan Cumming hotel lobby cameo was kind of funny.
That is so funny.
The side characters were all infinitely more interesting than either of the main characters to me.
Yeah, the Sidney Pollack stuff at the end. I thought that was a good that scene towards the end with Sidney Pollack and Tom Cruise, I thought was a good example of Cruise's range in this character. I thought that was a great sequence, the way the power dynamics were kind of shifting within the scene, depending on who was asking the questions, and I thought that was like an excellent sequence, the escalation of it. As Sidney Pollack's like trying to hide the truth of what's going on and seeing what he'll buy, and gradually ratcheting it up till he gets to the truth, and kind of how creepy and offset and horrifying that feels, and how just kind of sad and all encompassing, and like, just how big is this? If I told you their names, I don't think you'd sleep so well. And I don't know, just the kind of implication of that is creepy.
I think I'm one to just be taking something less seriously when it's like a vague gesture like that. Like, to me, it just feels like someone might as well be saying, there's some crazy shit, and then someone's like, what is it? They're like, you don't want to know. And just that in of itself, like, I'm supposed to imagine what is the worst possible one for me, but it's like, I don't know, like, I'm still watching it through the lens of whoever made the film, and if it's going to be so ambiguous, I don't really have like anything to grasp onto, you know? All we saw from the party is like they're a bunch of lame fucking swingers just wearing these shitty ass masks, and some of them have to stand still in the corner, and 90% of them are cucks, and they're having the most fucking basic ass fucking lamest fucking mansion orgy that anybody's ever had in their entire lives, and all the normies are scared about it.
That is the best description of that. And how do you not think this is a comedy? I mean, come on. Oh man. I mean, okay. Well, quick question for you guys: Do you have a favorite Kubrick?
2001.
It's difficult for me to answer that question because there's such a range of Kubrick.
Oh, I do love Barry Lyndon though.
The things I love about 2001 are different than the things I love about The Shining, and they're different than the things I love about fucking Clockwork Orange. And another one I really, really love is Paths of Glory.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And I think, I think if I were to choose Kubrick's, those would all be in the top. Yeah, those would be my top four. I like all those better than like Full Metal Jacket and Eyes Wide Shut and whichever other ones I've seen that I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I haven't. No, Barry Lyndon's up there too. I've only seen that once.
Mm-hmm.
There's one that I haven't seen, and that's the Lolly movie.
Lolita?
Oh,
yeah, Lolita.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
That's literally where the term came from.
Yeah, it's a book.
Yeah. It's an interesting adaptation. It's like not. It's a weird movie, but it's a good movie. It's just like not really an adaptation of the book in a way because of like what the book is. Like
I mean, The Shining is.
It's so bizarre that they made that adaptation when they did. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, that's the one I haven't seen, and I just forget exists. I mean, out of his newer stuff, anyway.
Right. You guys like The Killing?
I apparently did when I was younger, but I don't remember much about it. And I know that one's
I haven't seen it.
Considered like hit or miss for some people.
It's like a classic pulp, like crime movie.
Okay.
No,
that looks cool.
It was at the very least solid from what I remember.
Yeah, I mean, I have to go 2001 because that was like when I fell in love with movies, you know. But yeah, I'd agree with you guys. Like, it's hard to really pick them because they are so different. I love Dr. Strangelove. That's like
Dr. Strangelove is
one of my favorite movies.
He's got so many movies.
I know.
Like I can't keep track of all.
Yeah, they're all so different.
And Eyes Wide Shut is up there for me. Yeah.
He's got so many like 10s.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah, ridiculous run.
Yeah, there's a reason why he's considered one of the greats and why people just consider him to be like an actual genius.
Yeah, I think even if you just made 2001 on its own, you could get that credit and kudos. I feel like that film is getting like more and more prescient by the year. It's kind of insane.
So a lot of people are saying Fear and Desire sucks, and now that I'm looking at the IMDb, that's his first feature. So that's kind of funny.
I have not seen Fear and Desire. Yeah,
I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen Killer's Kiss. I haven't seen Spartacus.
No.
Yeah, me neither. He kind of disowned Spartacus.
It's really long, right? That's what 317. Okay.
I haven't seen Lolita, and that's it. Yeah, just 4 features that I haven't seen, and that's it. I thought his filmography was bigger. I might have confused it with Hitchcock's in terms of how many I haven't seen.
Hitchcock that's a lot of hits and misses.
Yeah, exactly.
Which ones have you guys covered on the pod?
We didn't do
2001.
We did 2001 because the recommendation was 2010. 2001 wasn't the official recommendation.
Oh, we didn't talk it properly, like in full detail.
I mean, we kind of did.
We did talk about it a lot. In contrast, yeah, I'd have to re-listen to that convo.
And then Barry Lyndon, we had a full discussion on it. Eyes Wide Shut, obviously, and that's it.
That's it, I think. Yeah.
Oh wow! Watching 2001 right back to back with 2010 is like having a 5-star meal and then eating a cheeseburger. You know?
Yeah.
No, eating not even food. Like, what are you talking? Cheeseburgers can be fine.
2010 is fun.
Okay.
It's fun. Right. It's fun. I like 2010.
It was good for a combo, I guess.
I remember there were dolphins.
It's junk food. It's fun. Okay. Well, does that conclude our conversation on Eyes Wide Shut?
I think that's most of it, right?
I mean, yeah. I would like to watch someone's like interpretations in a YouTube video or something at some point. Like, because it's not a bad movie. I just like don't. It's difficult for me to take it seriously. I do love the score during the cult sequences. I am not as strong on the score throughout the rest of the film, just only because it's so repetitive.
The repetition.
That that I just wind up getting sick of it eventually. But yeah, that score, yeah. During the cult sequences, I was like, yes, we're moving along, and I'm into it. We just had to get past a rough start, sort of thing, and then it kind of went back to the same old shit. So.
Well, yeah, you don't get to the cult scene until like an hour 10, I think, into the movie.
And that weed argument is very long. It's like a 30-minute scene.
Yeah. Did you have anything to add on that? You said you had lots to say about that. Did you have anything else to add on that scene?
It feels not only long, but just like a weird boomer portrayal of what weed is for the characters to ignore the line about like it's making you aggressive or whatever. Ignore that line. The characters act like they're fucking zonked out on Xanax. Like they act like they're drunk and on benzos. And which is just people don't act that way on weed. So again, if everything's a dream, then it's Tom Cruise's interpretation, I guess. But
they all baseline act drunk. So if they do weed, then it's like, yeah,
crossfaded. Yeah, I don't know. See, what that made that work though was that what they were actually talking about outside of the weed thing was the relationship between sex and how it differentiates between men and women, and how that's like a big through line throughout the movie. And she's saying like, oh, you just have no idea like how my sexuality like manifests really, and you have this concept in your head and it doesn't line up with how I am. That was like a fun like tension between them that I thought was carried that for me outside of the, you know, the famous nature of pot making you aggressive that it's known for.
Yeah. I mean, I do feel like I think it would help if people didn't go into this with a sense of like, this is the reverent genius, this is the mad genius, Stanley Kubrick, his last will and testament about the nature of you know, how the world economy works. Like it's a very silly movie, and I do think going into it expecting kind of a comedy, like a dark comedy, is really helpful to like unlock it a little bit and really enjoy it for what it is. Like, like I don't feel nervous or tense really watching it. I feel like a bit of anxiety, and obviously I feel aggressive because of the pot, but I feel like, you know, a lot of different things. It's very funny. And I wish that, you know, like Kubrick made Dr. Strangelove. Like his movies are funny. Like it can confuse people because it's like they are serious and there's like serious stuff going on, but it's like just because like of that there, it doesn't mean like he isn't capable of having humor with the drama. You know, like
I know what you mean, and like for sure, what I found to be funny that was intentional was him flashing around his like fucking doctor's credentials as if, like he's as if he's a detective. Like, it's okay, I'm a doctor. Like he's literally like, it's just a dude who's seen detective movies try to solve a mystery as a doctor, which I found funny, and I think that has to have been intentional, right? So
it's a movie about Tom Cruise not being able to get laid. I mean, it's like the premise in itself is funny. Like, I don't know,
but he dodged AIDS.
Did, yeah. Lucky.
He did.
Lucky.
Well done, Tom. Well done.
Lucky call. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, mixed feelings about it. I'll likely watch it again at some point in the future. I don't think this is the last time I'll see it. Mm-hmm. Who knows? If I'm still alive in 10 years, I'll probably watch it again.
You will. I'll make you.
Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. And yeah, for now, I'm giving it a high 6.
Oh,
it's it's a really high 6.
Damn. Okay.
It's a really high 6. It's so close to a 7.
It's so high, it's aggressive.
But I do have to incorporate my personal experience into it, you know. And if it's something that I'm just like kind of, you know, a little impatient with and not getting emotions out of them.
I mean, if it didn't speak to you, it didn't speak to you.
Not much I can do here.
Yeah.
I respect it. It just doesn't connect with me.
Okay.
Whereas, I kind of had the inverse experience. I got a lot more out of this than my first watch. I feel like time has been kind to it. Not just with the meta-narrative stuff. I just feel like it's an excellently made movie. I love what it's saying, and the more dreamy, non-literal, psychological thriller kind of tone really does work for me. I feel that kind of anxiety and paranoia. But I'd understand why you wouldn't. And this would be kind of a strong 4-star for me. 8 out of 10.
Nice. 10 out of 10, baby. 10 out of
10. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Love it. And, you know,
very epic.
It is also like, I can't be objective anymore about it because it is like just, you know, one of those things that I've accepted as part of like my film origins. You know, I love this movie.
Your Joker origin story.
Yeah. My Joker origin story is watching Eyes Wide Shut and then destroying the remote out of shame because I thought I was watching hardcore porn.
Yeah, I mean, for 1999, it was very sexual and scandalous.
Yeah,
that is interesting. Actually, like, how far could it be pushed for 99, and what it looked like if it was made now, as far as the extremities.
We did just watch Castration movie.
We did, yeah. It's a little tame in comparison.
So
it's like watching a Barney movie after watching that.
Too heteronormative, too normie core. Sorry, everybody.
1 out of 10.
Question time.
Nice. Let's do some questions then from the Sardonicast community. Head over to the suggestion thread over on the subreddit if you want to leave questions for future episodes, just like Mustard Fan 2002 did. In terms of 2026, what are some new film or television projects you are all looking forward to? I'm really excited for Nirvana the band, Obsession, and Wuthering Heights, with it being a VistaVision film as well as having a soundtrack by Charlie XCX. Let's go. Yeah, that film looks interesting. What was the previous movie? Saltburn. I wasn't completely in on that, but the trailer looks kind of interesting for Wuthering.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen Saltburn yet.
Really?
Oh, you didn't see it?
But I saw her other movie that people did like, and I didn't.
Promising Young Woman.
And that's why I didn't see Saltburn. It's because it's like, okay, well, if even people who are if people who liked Promising Young Woman didn't like Saltburn, then
Saltburn.
I'm probably not going to like Saltburn.
I think you'd find it funny.
Yeah, maybe.
I think you'd enjoy it as like a comedy. I mean,
I hear there's a penis in it.
There's lots of stuff in it.
Yeah, there's a few things in it.
No, I didn't like Promising Young Woman either. But Saltburn was kind of fun. You know, it was stupid, but it was fun. And I'm looking. You know, okay, here's the thing. I love Wuthering Heights. It's one of my favorite books ever. So like, I am going in expecting it to be desecrated, and I'm like, you know, I've accepted that. But the trailer looks kind of, I don't know. I like the cinematography, and
yeah, I like how it looks.
Yeah, I don't care.
Oh,
go
yeah.
for it.
I did watch the trailer
weird.
for that. It's a weird vibe.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bunch of Brat songs.
My heart is open.
Yeah.
My heart is open.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
My mind is closed.
Mind is closed.
How are we feeling about the Odyssey next year? I'm quite curious about that.
Is that Nolan?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We don't have a trailer yet, do we? Oh, wait. We will before Avatar, right?
Yeah, we would have probably seen a trailer or a preview.
There's a prologue being shown, I think, with Avatar, the first 5 minutes or something, and I saw a cam rip of it, a really shitty cam rip of it on Twitter. And from that scene, it looked promising and good. I mean, obviously it looked like shit because it was a cam rip, but you know, I was like, yeah, this looks like the Odyssey. I'm excited. I'm hyped. I want Christopher Nolan to do his thing with all the money in the world, and it seems like that's what he's doing. Like, I'm excited.
I want to know the runtime before I get excited.
It's 420.
I don't know. I like him
minutes.
just choosing these nerdy topics and going in deep. You know, making an Oppenheimer movie and making it make $1 billion is crazy. So we'll see what you can do with the Odyssey, and yeah. So it's kind of the story. So I hope it's done justice.
Yeah. Shout out to Homer.
Shout out to Homer.
First and last name.
Mm-hmm.
Homer knew how to do it.
It's a lot of is Homer's Odyssey sort of thing like a lot of fables stitched together or not? Or is it one story?
It's a lot of episodes. It's like various episodes, but it is one story ultimately. It's more so than like the Iliad, I feel like. It's very it's more contained. But it is episodic. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've vaguely heard enough about it through pop culture to, you know, if I watch the film, I'll be able to experience.
You will know
oh, yes, this thing.
Have you seen Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yes.
Well, then you've seen the Odyssey.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's based on the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
When something's so pop culture that I've likely seen it parodied 1 billion times.
Yeah, exactly.
Different parts of it.
I mean, yeah, it's like core myth. Yeah, you'll recognize it.
So was the question, what are we looking forward to?
2026 stuff that's...
just things we're looking
forward
to.
For.
Okay.
So much.
Let me look up my watch list.
Is it Bone Temple?
Bone Temple, yeah.
Bone Temple's coming out in January.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's been renewed for the third in the trilogy after Sony's...
Love
which
it.
I was quite pleased about. We'll get an ending at least. Won't be left open.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Disclosure Day, Spielberg's new sci-fi movie. Although I saw the
it has a title now.
Yes, yeah, and it has a trailer.
Yeah, what did you think of the trailer? Because I wasn't really fully sold on it.
I haven't seen a trailer yet. Okay, maybe I'll add that to my list.
I didn't like the trailer. I
don't know how to feel actually. Yeah, I didn't like it either.
I was looking forward to it, and then I saw the trailer, and I was like, but I don't know. You can't.
Why were you looking forward to it before?
Because I fucking love Steven Spielberg. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
One of the greatest living directors of all time.
I mean, sure. But, I don't know. There's fucking Ridley Scott's not doing a lot of good shit right now.
Okay, but did you like The Fabelmans? Fabelmans was great.
No, I fucking hated The Fabelmans.
Oh, come on.
I hated it.
Oh,
I liked it.
The Fabelmans was wonderful.
It was a bit long in the tooth, but I enjoyed it.
It was I hated it for being so fucking average normie bullshit.
Oh, come on. You're lost. You're lost.
It was the worst kind of 5 out of 10.
Are you kidding me? That was a weird, sexually repressed, bizarre, that was a strange movie, but that wasn't normie. Come on. There's no way.
I mean, I don't know.
It's about Spielberg learning about his parents' divorce by editing film and then watching his mom dancing in front of a lights with his cucked dad, and his best, it's a weird movie. It's great. It's great. I love it.
I don't know about that one.
Okay. Well,
yeah, and the cameo scene and the final shot.
Yeah, that was the best part. But it was the best part until the final shot looked like so fucking fake. It's like, okay, I guess, it's a film, and that's a part of it. I guess, Alex, what you mentioned earlier about like the obnoxious, like, oh, we love movies type thing. That's the Fablemans. Yeah. That's the Fablemans.
Yeah, it's more romanticized and saccharine.
Yeah. I disagree completely. I feel like that movie's take on filmmaking is very like weird and dark, and like it's like a tool of destruction. Like
it felt so masturbatory. We're refreshing. Exactly. Like I forgot about this movie. I'm just remembering everything about it that I just don't like. Oh my god.
Paul Dano's in it.
Sure.
That's the biggest thing against it.
No, yeah, it was literally just Steven Spielberg jerking himself off for fucking 2 hours. Holy shit.
Well, he earned it. Let him jerk off. I'll take it.
I think some are allowed to jerk off sometimes.
Yeah, well, I don't want to be in the same room.
I feel like it was a deeply personal and very like introspective and thoughtful story of autobiography, and I thought that it was done very well.
Well, I win because it won 0 Oscars, which was a necessary sacrifice for Tar to also make that year. It was worth it for Tar not to win any, for the Fablemans to also not win any. And Elvis, I think.
Late period Spielberg is very interesting. Well, Elvis is good.
All right, so on my 2026 watch list,
okay,
first one coming up is Bone Temple, because that's like a January release or something?
January.
We'll see how that do. Nia DaCosta. Then we got Send Help. Sam Raimi is making a horror film again.
Oh yeah,
which seems fun.
Oh yeah,
has a fun trailer. Then we got Goat, which is the reason why Him had to change its title.
Yeah, I'll see that. Actually looks okay.
I'm not very much looking forward to this at all. There's already fart jokes in the trailer, but
Trash Planet.
It's kind of a furry movie, and we'll see how it do. Fucking horses with dreadlocks playing basketball. That seems fun.
Yeah, some of that 90s, Space Jam energy, without it being Space Jam.
A little bit, yeah. Boots Riley has got something coming out in 2026. Is this a feature? Yeah, and it's got Lakeith in it. Nice. Called I Love Boosters. So we'll see how that do. I still haven't checked out his show yet. Fucking Lord and Miller are directing Project Hail Mary, which the hell knows how that's going to be.
Yeah, I hope that's good.
We've got Whitney Springs, which is Matt Stone, Trey Parker, Kendrick Lamar is like producing, and I forget how else he's involved. He might be doing some music. But what makes me very excited for this is that it's written by Vernon Chatman, who's worked with the South Park creators many times. But he's the creator and writer of Xavier Renegade Angel, Shivering Truth, Wonder Shows,
so
and
funny.
He also voices Xavier Renegade Angel. So for there to be like this amount of interest in a project that has him as the sole writer is part of what makes me excited for that.
Does that have a date? Because I feel like that's been talked about for ages.
It says 2026, and I think the last news I heard about it was that it was being postponed. So maybe it won't be 2026. I'm just looking at my watch list, and that's it.
Yeah.
Got a new Almodovar coming out. We got a new David Lowery coming out called Mother Mary.
Oh.
Which is so funny because one of the taglines in the trailer is like, this is not a ghost story. Because he also directed a movie called A Ghost Story.
Is it David Lowery, the director of Pete's Dragon?
Yes, his best film. Did you watch that, by the way?
No.
I didn't see that one.
There was some stuff in it where I was like, this is nice. And it was mostly boring and shit. But there was like some parts of it where I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I see it. Like there's a director here.
Okay. He's got a nice mustache.
But yeah, it has original music by Charlie XCX in this one as well.
Oh, okay.
Charlie XCX is like doing so much movie shit for the next like couple of years.
She's a big cinephile. Like she's got like a big Letterboxd account. You can see, wow, she watches like crazy shit.
Let's get her on the pod.
I thought Woody Allen was the biggest cinephile.
Good one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he definitely is.
Before anybody cancels me over my comments earlier, I don't know the full scope of like what's confirmed with him. So I could be speaking ignorantly. And also I'm saying that after the Epstein photos, I'm like, it's probably even badder than we know.
I stand with Adam.
Cinephiles, we got to get a new like term because I know it's like Greek.
Map.
It's just
we used to have a good term. It was called being a movie buff.
Movie bro. Yeah, it's always around.
New Christopher Borgli film. The director of Sick of Myself, which was awesome, and you guys should both see. And also Dream Scenario with Nicolas Cage, which you might have seen. Did you guys see it?
I saw that.
I saw that one.
Yeah.
Didn't love it.
So he's got a new one coming out. Robert Pattinson and Zendaya in it.
Okay. What other films, Adam? Are there other films you're looking forward to?
Scary Movie 6 is coming out, which I'm not expecting to be good, but I'll watch.
We'll see about that. Is Dune coming out? Is there a part 3? Is that next year?
It's next year.
I don't...
Hell yeah.
In 2026?
Dune part 3. Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's just not on my watch list. There's a new Evil Dead from a director. Like, it seems like a spin-off one. It's called Evil Dead Burn.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen his other film, Infested, so I don't know how it's going to be. But maybe I should check that out.
Evil Dead Rise was good.
Yeah. Different director, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. Well, I think that other director might still be working on Evil Dead stuff, but I don't remember.
Right.
Like, I think they're doing more Evil Dead stuff in general. We got a new David Robert Mitchell coming out. Speaking of Under the Silver Lake.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thank
called
God.
Flowervale Street.
Nice.
And who knows what the hell that's going to be? But I'm excited, and I've enjoyed both of his films that he's made.
He's out of director jail.
He was never in director jail.
He was in prison. He was in the dungeon.
We've got a new Resident Evil directed by Zach Kreger.
Yeah, I'm super curious about that. Because I trust Zach.
Yeah.
But Resident Evil has never really had much of a cinematic flair. Let's just put it that way.
These are all things that are listed as 2026 on my watch list on IMDb, but I have no idea. They might come out later than that, but that's what they're listed as.
Yeah.
We've got a new Alejandro G. Iñárritu film coming out with Tom Cruise in it called Digger.
Oh, I saw the trailer to that before we started. Yeah.
I have not seen the trailer yet. Is it spoilery? Because I was thinking about watching it.
No, it's a teaser. It's very light. It's called The
Not
Digger.
at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that looks interesting.
And then, we got to Dune Part 3 in my thing here.
Yeah.
New Egg Boy, Werewolf.
Yeah.
He's gonna... Okay, here's my predictions for Werewolf.
Uh-huh.
He's gonna make werewolves hot again. It's been so long. They've all been ugly as fuck. That's why none of them have made money.
Did you watch Nosferatu? Did he make Nosferatu
it was sexual.
hot?
It was yeah, well, okay, depending on the person, yeah.
I don't know. I saw lots of thirst posts about that.
No, yeah, people were kind of thirsting over Nosferatu, yeah.
Yeah.
They made a very bizarrely sexual Nosferatu film. The werewolf's going to be fucking hot. It's going to be a sexual movie. That's the only thing that I'm counting on.
Okay, I hope it is. I hope.
It's going to be a sex film.
Is that the
sex film?
Werewolf, a sex film by Robert.
Yes. We've got a new John Wilson that's premiering at Sundance. I'm not going to be at Sundance. I want to wait until it's in like Colorado before I go back. Called The History of Concrete, feature-length documentary by John Wilson. Have you guys seen How To with John Wilson?
I've seen some of it. I really liked it.
It's fucking incredible, Alex. You would love it. You have to see that.
It's really good.
Bump that up to your priorities. It's produced by Nathan Fielder, and it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it would be. Like you can tell.
Okay, say no more.
It is. Yeah, there's 3 seasons of it. HBO.
So he has a feature coming out?
Oh yeah, a feature called The History of Concrete. It'll be we'll see
great.
reviews for it from Sundance in like a month, basically.
Love it.
Nice.
Great.
Yeah. We got a new Christian Mungiu film, the Romanian director that did 4 Months, 3 Weeks, 2 Days, which we talked about on the podcast, and he's made a bunch of great stuff. Although his previous movie was not great for me, but he's had more hits than misses. So
Cool.
It's called Fjord. We got... What the hell? There's some things on my watch list that I don't even understand why they're there. But I'll try to keep this short. We got the new Greg Araki, also premiering at Sundance.
Cool.
Director of Smiley Face and Mysterious Skin and Doom Generation. Okay, yeah. This other one's on my list. The director of The Wailing has a movie coming out called Hope.
Oh, cool.
And it's got Michael Fassbender in it.
Nice.
Okay.
It says with Michael Fassbender, so who knows how prominent. David Fincher, Adventures of Cliff Booth.
Oh, shit.
2026 is what it's looking like.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll see.
Nice.
And that is everything on my IMDb watch list other than...
You're missing so much.
Oh, what's on yours? I see a new Ryan Murphy TV series that I'm like, is that worth me even saying?
All's Fair Season 2, let's go.
Why is that on my list? Get it out of there. I haven't enjoyed a single one of those.
I think you're missing some of the most important films that are coming out next year. The Moana live action remake.
Yes, I'm glad you said that.
Fokker in Law, continuation of the beloved Meet the Parents series. Angry Birds 3.
Is this you just looked up on Google just what movies are coming out. This is not your watch list.
No, this is what my list looks like too.
The Mandalorian and Grogu. Star Wars.
This is not your watch list. There's no way.
Avengers Doomsday. Hello. Did you forget the most important movie of the year? Spider-Man is also going to be back.
Hell yeah.
Sure, I'll watch that one.
The new Tom Holland Spider-Man film.
I don't even need to watch list it because I won't have to be reminded when it's out because everybody else will be talking about it. What's the point of having a watch list? It's to remind yourself.
Toy Story 5, Jumanji 3, Supergirl, Masters of the Universe,
Mario Galaxy. There's another Mario movie that's coming.
Mario. I like how you say Mario.
Mr. Gay.
What?
Oh, I'm not going to explain it. It's fine.
The Michael Jackson movie.
Oh, yeah, that one actually should be on my watch list because as much as I didn't care and the trailer's bad and I don't care about Michael Jackson at all, I think the conversation around it is going to be probably interesting enough. And also, I hear that they're going to do a Wicked Part 1 and it's going to be 2 movies, but they're not going to tell us until the end credits of the first one, and they'll have to trick people and give people sunken cost fallacy so that they're obligated to watch the next film by already having seen half of both films.
I'm kind of hoping it's going to be the biopic that kind of kills the trend a little bit.
Oh no, it's going to make money.
They haven't been doing that well recently. Yeah.
It's going to make $1 billion. Yeah,
you're probably right.
It's going to make $1 billion. It's Michael fucking Jackson.
So is the first movie going to be about how he became successful and famous and beloved, and the second one is going to be about all the other stuff? Because that sounds like
story.
It's not going to have anything interesting.
But like, it's like his family is involved.
Yeah. So how much can they even talk about?
Maybe just like Bohemian Rhapsody, right?
Yeah.
Like, what can we expect out of that in terms of like how faithfully they're going to address things?
They shouldn't even do that. They should just end it in like 1990. Like, just
yeah.
They should just not make it.
No.
Yeah. No, that's the ideal. Just stop.
Why don't we get a Woody Allen biopic? And it's 2 parts, and one is about movie making, and the other is about the Epstein stuff.
Yeah, the other stuff. Yeah.
Somebody made a really funny caption because one of the pictures is like Epstein's on set, like, and Woody Allen's in the director's chair, and one of the captions was like, "Which movie is Epstein like ghost directing here, or like providing feedback on?"
Oh my god, that's so.
That's a good question. Was it Midnight in Paris? What movie was that? Was it Blue Jasmine?
Yeah. Could have been Blue Jasmine, yeah.
When are we going to get the Epstein biopic? Who's going to play Epstein in the biopic? Like,
oh my god, what a role!
Paul Dano.
Paul Dano is Jeffrey Epstein. Directed by Quentin Tarantino.
Oh my god. His final film. Epstein.
It's a revenge story.
Someone's going to do it.
You know, all of the I keep having this thought. They're so we keep feeling as though Hollywood is so creatively bankrupt, and they are for the most part. Like, just there's not the most talented people don't have the most funding, right? Or the most sway in terms of how decisions are made. So we get something like Michael Jackson biopic, whatever. There's so many interesting real life stories out there that seem almost ripe for some kind of dramatization, but people are too cowardly to touch them. And also they seem like gigantic, like a gigantic headache to try and turn into a feature film length.
Yeah.
Like,
what do you mean?
I've been wondering, like, fuck, like Michael Moore, you had such digestible documentaries about like the Bush administration. And like he just, he kind of made a Trump movie, but like it doesn't really get into much detail at all about anything. Like there's so much interesting shit about like the whole Trump story. You'd need like a fucking 50-part documentary to talk about any of this shit. Like, how do you even tackle some of these stories?
It's like, people don't care unless it's an already established pop star or a serial killer. It's like the two types of people. Like Ed Gein's like one of the that show's like one of the biggest pieces of media of this year.
Yeah,
it's insane to me. But I guess people like that because it has the killer edge. Where I don't know if you can really add that to an honest Michael Jackson biopic. Get to that real with it.
You don't get it. It's my emotional support serial killer.
That OJ documentary, Made in America, was like,
was
it Made in America or what was it called?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, it was the 2016 one. That was really good. The TV, the full TV version of it.
The like dramatized one with Norman from Madagascar.
No, the documentary.
The one with Travolta.
Documentary.
It was really, really good. Yeah, it's like a TV documentary.
The Travolta one was pretty good too, though. I liked the one. It was fun. That's just me.
I think most of the time I would prefer an in-depth documentary over people like this, unless there's something really creatively interesting.
Yeah.
The director's going to take like a person or, like an Ed Wood or something. If there's like a story to be told there that's just beyond the rise to fame thing that they all do,
It's so frustrating.
Well, as much as I enjoyed the Bob Dylan movie with Timothée Chalamet, it is kind of like... we have so much footage of Bob Dylan. We have great documentaries about Scorsese made a documentary about Bob Dylan of that time period. It's just like we can watch real Bob Dylan do the same things,
Yeah, they feel superfluous at some point.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally just you're showing your support for the artist that you already enjoy by seeing the new thing.
Yeah.
That's a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
I like Michael Jackson. I like Queen. I'm going to watch Bohemian Rhapsody.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
Yeah.
I just, it's such a shit genre. They don't do anything interesting outside of that movie that made no money, where the CG monkey.
Oh, yeah. That was awesome. I'm blanking on what it's called now. I was thinking about it the other day. Robbie Williams.
Right? We don't even remember the title. It was interesting.
I can't even... Yeah, just Robbie Williams monkey movie.
Better Man. I remember.
Better Man.
Yeah. That was an interesting take. That was a solid.
Yeah, it's a good ass movie.
Yeah, made no money. Never gonna happen again. Jack Michael will make $1 million billion.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have another question?
Should we do two more here? Got
Yes.
a couple good ones we can round down on.
Yeah.
Let's do this one from KindAd8658. What review got you guys a ton of backlash?
All of them.
All of them. Yeah, I guess it depends how you define a ton of backlash, because you can't really beat The Last Jedi. It's like hard to beat that shit.
You were in the eye of the storm there.
A culture war movie that like years ago now, like after a lot of that discourse had like passed, I put it on just like, well, how does this movie sit now? And I find it unwatchable now. I can't. It's just like this weird culture war relic thing where there's like no enjoyment as like as art in any way at this point. So yeah, that it's hard to beat anything to do with that franchise or any franchise or anything like super big like that. Because more recently, the people don't like my opinions on K-pop Demon Hunters. I can say that much.
Oh, did you not love it?
Didn't love that. No.
You're racist.
Yeah. I don't know. I just have certain critiques for like kids media where I feel like the core messaging of it is, I don't know, it should be like more important to me. Shouldn't just be like, there's a place for like candy, whatever fluff kids movies, but I feel like they can do more. But yeah, I'll get up my soapbox on K-pop Demon Hunters, which is also just is not a movie made for me. I acknowledge that. But what about you guys? What pops into your head? A backlash.
You know, the Suicide Squad quickie was very controversial when it came out.
Remind me why?
Because I was like the only person saying it was shit. Because everybody else was too scared.
Of the original?
Suicide Squad?
David Ayer one.
No, yeah, it was like a controversial opinion.
I don't remember any drama about that.
And then it literally was. Yeah, people were. It was. That's why the video was so successful. It was the controversy. Same with the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like it was. There was
that has fans.
Yeah.
Crazy fans. Yeah.
Yeah. Where there's like just enough people that feel a sense of catharsis when someone else is saying that it's shit, and not just being like, oh, well, I mean, fans like the characters already, so I guess I'm supposed to. And then over time, like these movies, most people come along to the consensus that, yeah, it's not that great. Lion King fucking 2019, like, it's, you know, my review was well after it was released, but like people enjoyed that when it was in theaters. People were like, it's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. No, like, retrospectively, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, that was a weird one. It just felt like a switch was pressed, and then everyone was just like, "Yeah, that sucked. How were we ever okay with this?" That was a weird one.
Yeah, I have none because my opinions are all perfect, and everyone loves them always. So, no, I mean, I haven't been doing it as long as you guys. Like in terms of actual reviews, like I have sketches I've done where I've gotten people getting pissed at me, but that's not movie take related.
You need to have some that are like a decade ago that are still up, and then people will get really pissed.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if there's anything, I feel like people were kind of annoyed at my take on Poor Things and Lanthimos in general, but It's not like aggressive. I don't know. I haven't had a situation yet where I've gotten like in the craw of the culture war stuff. I have with certain sketches, but again, not movie related. I mean, I did a video on like Ben Shapiro on like my main channel about One Battle After Another, but even that is just like, you know, I did a video on The Critical Drinker that got a lot of people mad at me, but not like an overwhelm. It was never like, you know, people were, you're going to have people like that regardless if you're making any kind of like real statement about something. Yeah,
and that's not like a single film take.
Yeah, it's just proof that people care about what you say.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Otherwise no one would talk about it.
Yeah,
true. And I guess last but not least, the Justice Emperor has one for us. Recently, Rich Evans and Mike Stoklasa of Red Letter Media said that YouTube will be dead in 1 to 2 years due to AI slop infecting the platform. In addition, they said that the average person is so dumb that they'll gladly consume AI slop nonstop without the desire to do anything about it. So, do you agree or disagree with their opinion? I feel like this is a topic that's been checked in on every kind of few months at this point. It seems to be moving so quickly. But how does that wash over you, the idea that YouTube has 1 to 2 years left, according to what Mike was saying in there? You know, it's probably a hyperbolic joke, but perhaps some truth in there. A lot of these AI tech people are talking about this, what is it? Like the singularity, the AI 2027 is like this date that's been pinned up. That's like, yep, that's when the next major jump's going to happen, everybody. So we'll wait and see around there.
That's when we'll date them. Well, I guess people are already doing that.
People are already doing that.
I think, we've already crossed that road. Yeah.
But they're just like, there's not even any appeal to it.
I think you'd be surprised how like lonely people are out there.
Oh, I'm not surprised by that. Not surprised by that in the slightest.
Yeah, it sounds like a good concoction, right? Like a load of sad, lonely people being handed super intelligent AI chatbots.
I mean, they're not super intelligent yet.
Not yet. They don't even need to be intelligent for people to like fall in love with them or bond with them, actually.
Oh yeah, just reaffirming, which is all that they do, is they just say, you have the best ideas. Everyone else is wrong.
Yeah, they're designed to do that and always leave quandaries with an open question back at you in order to keep you or encourage you to keep using it. Mm-hmm. But how do you think that it applies to YouTube? Because I was under the impression that YouTube was having some kind of anti-AI, at least as far as monetization.
Yes.
As far as when it's detected, you're not supposed to be able to monetize it, especially in regards to these like fake trailer channels. They've been a purge for a while in the movie space of like, oh, it's the Doomsday trailer, it's real, and it's like just some AI garbage or whatever for clickbait purposes. So I get that being stamped down on, but as it gets better and more difficult to pinpoint, I don't know. I just feel like there needs to be some sweeping catch-all way of addressing this that I don't really know. Is it just like relying on AIs to scan for AI content, and it's just like AIs managing AIs? like where's it going?
The YouTube appears to have some policies implemented where they demonetize those trailer channels, and they're saying like you need to have original content with like you can use AI, you just need to be transparent about it and say what it is and not trick people as to what it is. And the same rules apply whether or not you're using AI, that they have rules against like repetitive content that doesn't offer anything new, like when you're just posting the same shit over and over again, which if a channel is being run by AI, that's like inevitable to happen. Although we could say that a lot of existing YouTube channels right now kind of feel that way, whether or not they're AI.
I'd bet a lot of them are already back end kind of using it in some way, one way or another.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like it doesn't really matter what rules YouTube has in place, because at a certain point it's going to be so difficult to detect, like especially given what a lot of content is right now, where it's literally just like you're a fucking factory, like you're not even making sincere content, you're just how can I get mad at this? It's like what you're doing is very simple. Like AI is coming for you.
Yeah, I think there is going to be a backlash, and I think we're already seeing it, where there's more like emphasis on creators being on camera and showing their faces and having an authentic persona, because there are like AI channels, and it is hard to distinguish an AI channel from what isn't, especially if it's like education related or some kind of like churning out information. So there might be more of like a return to older YouTube styles, like longer videos, messy feeling. I mean, I don't know. I think that I love the RLM guys. I mean, I love their videos, but I do feel like they can be a bit doomer in their perspective on these things. Not that everything is looking rosy and cheerful, but there's. I don't think the end is here yet.
Yeah, I'm struggling with trying to like measure how alarmist I want to be about this issue, because I really see both sides of it, where the bubble conversation and how much of it is this just being talked about to like boost tech markets and all the like economic incentives of all these companies to do it, but then it also is weirdly capable. And like just last weekend I went to a family gathering with like 15 people or so of all different ages and jobs. All of them were using AI in one way or another across all different sectors, and like these are not like online people, and I'm like just having my mind blown each time. These are people like teachers and for everything, and it's like what the I feel like we're just sleepwalking into this like nightmare, and everyone's just kind of like joking about like, yeah, it's gonna take my job, but whatever. It hasn't yet. It's just like so insane to me.
Oh yeah. Let's not worry about what to do in that situation. Let's not try to anticipate or prevent. Be proactive about fucking anything. What's the point of having a society even? Jesus Christ. I hate everything.
It's quite surreal. Like, especially growing up like loving sci-fi and like playing Mass Effect in like 2008 or whatever.
Sure.
It's like it's all just real now.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, we don't even have to like just imagine this anymore. It's like it's just playing out now. And we just get to watch, I guess, with no agency at all.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, if it's just, how many more years until I can date a legion, a Geth or something?
You kind of can already.
No, I don't want to do it on my fucking phone.
Oh right, maybe there's like a headset. Like you can put your headset on. You can pre-order your Neo robot.
I want a physical person.
It's such a sickness.
Like, have you seen those like adverts for these robots?
Sorry,
like
what?
Combine. You can like pre-order a robot called Neo.
Oh no!
It's like a subscription service or something, and it's kind of like your slave.
What?
It can do like laundry for you and.
Okay, well, pre-order. This is guaranteed a scam. What are we talking about here?
It's just some like tech company.
You can pre-order it as you're like, oh, it's going to do your laundry. No, wait, that's a scam. Pre-order. When's it coming out? What year is that coming out?
You're telling me I got to cancel my pre-order? I've been sold snake oil again.
That's a scam. Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still a ways away.
AI is one of those things where it's like being used so broadly as a marketing term that so much of like what we think of as AI, like generative AI and all these things that are new and very strange and concerning compared to things that are like a website renaming its chat box into like, oh, now AI powered. And it's like, no.
AI made this Coke flavor.
Right. It's just like, just trying to sound like the future.
I was using some like hyper specific like website or piece of software or something, and it had a big pop up saying, "Yo, we got AI features now." And I just remember thinking, "What the? Why?" It reminded me of when just every single app was adding a story function.
Oh,
just like copying Snapchat or whatever. It was like, what? Why does this even need to be in like these situations? It's so strange. So yeah, it is that balance of what it's genuinely capable of and what is snake oil. And I can't figure out where the truth is.
Does it make it more likely for people to buy it? Like, I guess so. Like, we might be like, we're in a weird like online bubble, I guess, of just like people that, you know, it might be less likely. I'm looking at like, oh, update your fucking laptop, your Mac laptop to the newest thing. There's AI shit. I'm like, I don't know if I care. Although it has made editing photos very easy if I'm making like a meme on my phone or something stupid. Just to have like the select this area and get rid of it and don't have to think about it. But it's like, is that AI? I guess. Yeah, it's generating what it thinks the background is. That's a useful tool.
Mm-hmm. But then, when you can take it to just making a video for you, which is obviously the next step. I don't know. It's too much to put on an individual. It's making me go crazy.
Could I hire an AI editor? I wonder. Not at this point, that's for sure.
No.
I think, I don't think you'll even need to hire anyone. I think you probably just put like a prompt in. And like...
Nah, I don't know. It seems... I don't think we're that close to that. We'll find out.
Really? I don't know. I really don't know.
I just want to date a robot.
All I know is that I hate the fucking robots.
No, they're cool.
I'm not afraid to hide. No, they're not chill.
They're going to remember you said this.
They're freaks. Good.
And I'm going to have to be telling them like, no, Jake's chill. He's fine.
No, they should remember.
You're going to thank me.
You're going to save me when the robots come for me. They're not going to care. They're not going to save you.
Because I understand them because my brain is already like a robot's.
Right. So the robots will spare all the autistic people, and then
we get each other.
Okay. Keep deluding yourself. They're not going to give a shit. They're going to come for all of us.
Whatever, then. It doesn't matter if I'm wrong, then.
Okay.
Sorry.
We've already got we got slurs for AI like robots, AI slash robots now.
Yeah.
So
we got what?
And they're Star Wars inspired, Adam. So that's good. You don't know about the slur for like robots?
No, I'm not going to say. I do know it. I'm respectfully never going to say it
because you don't want to.
I'm future proofing my existence.
Yeah, smart.
They're going to have a record of everybody who's ever said that.
Make an example.
Yeah. I love robots.
Damn, smart.
Okay. Keep telling yourself that.
We're going to chill. We're going to have way cooler fucking mansion orgies than the Eyes Wide Shut.
They're not going to do that with you.
Orgies.
They're not. They're going to see your biological form, and they're going to go,
ew.
what the fuck? Yeah.
Ew, icky.
They're going to grind you into a paste.
It depends if they're programmed with like empathy or not. I don't know. These are all we have no fucking idea what's going to happen. Nobody has any clue what the hell's going to happen.
Which is what makes it even crazier. Where it's like, yeah, let's just see what happens. It's like way too laissez-faire.
We have no other choice. Great film. We have no other choice.
Yeah. Literally. It's just, what can we do? I have no idea.
Literally. If an entire country decided to legislate protections, it wouldn't matter. Because we don't have like a single government. Like China doesn't give a shit. And then even if governments do that, then it's like, okay, well, so much of this is open source. Like a lot of AI breakthroughs have just come from random individuals that have nothing to do with like government regulation in the first place. We literally have no fucking idea what's going to happen. And we're just kind of like, wow. I hope no one makes an AI to like figure out how to like send all the nukes off at once. Or like that's the only thing that I'm fucking trying to figure out.
Or like bioweapons.
Yeah.
Or like drones that are tiny that can carry whatever you want.
Yeah. Basically, we're all going to have to disconnect from the internet.
It's going to be fine because Adam's going to have sex with a robot on his fucking phone, and it's going to be fine.
No, it's not going to be on my phone.
Would you? Can you imagine dating an AI on your fucking iPhone?
Your fucking telephone.
Yeah. Do we have another question?
Oh, you don't want to end it on that one?
Oh, is that the last one?
No, that was I think that was a good one to end it on. Yeah.
No, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're good.
I don't know. Who the fuck knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
You're all listening to this in the year 2026. There's a lot of maybe we're already there.
Yeah.
After the event that Alex does,
yeah,
things will be different.
Oops.
We're still in 2025 recording this. You guys, you might be living in the crazy future. We don't even have any idea.
Yeah. This is a relic from the past now.
Yeah.
What crazy... Usually there's not that much of a gap between our recordings, but like we recorded these early just so we had more space in the holidays.
Yeah.
It's like there's an entire month between now and the next episode recording, and it's like things move so quickly at this point. An entire month? So much happens in a month.
Are you just becoming aware of the concept of time right now, Adam?
No, I hate it. I just hate it.
You just hate it, yeah.
I come to terms with reality often.
Oh, that's what this podcast is, you know? All of us are coming to our own terms of reality.
So true.
Alex, I believe you have a recommendation, no?
Oh, yeah.
So this is my pick. The subject did come up earlier in the episode when Jake brought up the news, and I promise this wasn't simply in a reaction to the news of Rob Reiner. This has been on my list for ages.
Okay,
cool.
As recommendations for the show, but I want to do This is Spinal Tap.
Sweet.
1984.
Thank you.
Rob Reiner.
Thank you.
I haven't actually seen this one somehow.
Okay.
Oh.
So I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
Cool.
You saved me. Because I knew you were probably going to do a Rob Reiner recommendation.
North.
Yeah, I was torn between which one to do.
And everybody loves Misery, but I'm like so fucking, I don't care about it. And I would just hate having to argue against it, and everybody hate me while it's like the guy just died.
Wait. What? Why do you think you wouldn't like Misery?
Because I've seen it.
Oh, okay. So you just hate it.
I don't love it. Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
So you saved me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I thought that would be a good one for a conversation. The sequel just kind of coming out.
Maybe I'll hate it.
The news, of course.
You never know.
Hot take: Rob Reiner sucks.
Ooh, he had Trump derangement syndrome.
Yeah.
And that's why. If you don't want to be spoiled for This is Spinal Tap, watch it before the next episode comes out. These come out every 2 weeks. You can listen to them early by going to sardonicast.com. Sign up for premium. It's only a few bucks a month. Same with patreon.com/sardonicast. Same with just hitting the join button on YouTube, getting access to the members feed where you can listen uncensored and ad-free. I mean, I guess all of these are uncensored. You can listen to them ad-free. We don't do ads on the show. Support us, okay? And we got a Sardonicast highlights channel. Check that out. It's also on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spinal Tap. 1984.
Oh yeah.
Have a happy whatever the fuck your future is right now. Year 2026.
Yeah. Have a happy spinal tap.
Have a happy eyes wide your eyes shut. All right.
Bye.
Bye.